What's up, all you awesome gamers? I'm GKB, the governor, and your host of the sexiest and best damn podcast Tuesday nights, The Console Corner. Tonight is another really great show we have lined up for you. And don't forget, we'll be taking calls throughout the show. We love hearing from you. But first, on last week's show, we talked about Resident Evil 7, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Square Enix making some Marvel games. Make sure you check it out if you haven't already. On this week's show, we will be talking about the new PlayStation update. You can finally use external hard drives. Ghost Recon Wildlands beta impressions, and FarCry 5 possibly leaked. I can't wait to see what our panel thinks about these awesome topics tonight. Please, everyone, make sure you're subscribed and following this great panel so you can stay up to date with whatever we're doing. If you could also hit that like button, we would really appreciate it. But first, let's introduce our great panel of epic gamers for this week's show. Returning to the console corner, Mr. Phantom.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Great to be back. I don't have to heckle you guys from the chat. Got sick of me, so you invited me on to do it personally, I guess. But excited for today.
Nice. Next up, we have the slightly sick Lady Foxfire.
Oh, what's up, everybody? You guys should call me Queen Gears. I'm just saying. But besides that, you guys know I got the Foxiest deals later on, so stay tuned. And hello to everybody in the chat.
Absolutely. Next up, we have another sick person on the panel. It's like the sick console corner tonight, I think. And we have Mike.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I might be a little bit under the weather, but I'm still on top of my game when it comes to talking some gaming, so let's get this ball rolling.
Nice. Next up, we have No Chills Noof.
What's up, people? Thanks for joining us for another podcast. This one is going to be fly, despite all the sick people. And you know me, I'm sick when I'm not even sick. That's how I roll. I got a fire right down in the pit of my stomach tonight, and I never even ate burritos. So let's get ready to roll this shit.
All right, big shout out to Brutal. He couldn't have joined us tonight. He had some things going on, so he had to take care of that. And last but not least, we have the first lady of Xbox, SheWulf.
So would it be like console flu-ness or something?
Maybe.
Or like
the console flu.
Or Flu Nation?
Flu Nation, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know where you're going with it.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I don't know.
You're going to make them leave.
Maybe.
We're contagious, everybody.
No, don't leave
Well,
us.
no, we're not. They are.
Well, they're going to contagious. Well, they're going to get us sick, and then we're going to get
True.
everybody else.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Anyways,
What's a nerd?
hey guys, I hope you guys are excited for tonight's show. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully.
What do you mean, hopefully? What kind of crap is that?
We're here. We're going to push through it. We got this.
Oh, my
You
God.
got this?
Jesus.
SheWulf is like Mr. Negative tonight, I swear.
Well, wouldn't it be Mrs. Negative?
Mrs.
I'm a
Whatever.
girl.
I don't care.
Is a Wolfie Downer.
She is a wolf.
Wolfie, I'm not down. No, I just nothing
kidding.
wants to work for me today. Everything is.
She'll
just,
make it. She'll be fine. Once she gets into the topics and starts talking shit, she'll be good.
We'll see. I'm just tired. I want to go to bed.
All
I
right,
want
cool.
ice cream.
Well, you can't have ice cream right
I
now.
want ice
Not
cream.
going. Everyone in the chat and on Twitter. And don't forget, you can call into the show and get us those questions
yeah.
so we can answer them at the end of the show. Yes, you can call in, guys. So one more reminder. You can call in with Skype using the words console corner.
When you see the words at the bottom, you can't just call in at any time.
I know, right? Somebody's going to
SheWulf
call
is
in
the
at the
gatekeeper.
intro. It's going to be crap again.
I was going to say, is that directed towards anyone in particular there, SheWulf?
Could be.
Well, no, actually, it's just in general because he just said you can call in, like call in now. It's like, no, you can't call in now. You have
Whatever.
to wait for the white words to come up.
So
White words.
I gotta apologize to the community for last week's show. I forgot to announce something, but I didn't forget this week. I wrote it down, and Fox grilled me forever after it, and she was like, "You suck. You forgot."
I didn't say that for sure. The community's going to think I'm the hero. Go ahead.
Well,
So-
I don't think the whole community, I think.
Hey, the whole community.
Okay.
And you heard me.
Big
Okay.
shout out to the Quest podcast guys. They threw a poll up about community clip of the week, and we kind of stopped doing it for a while because we just weren't getting the videos in, at least enough to warrant keep doing it. But they put a poll out. People wanted it back. I think it was 100 views or so. 100 people on the poll or something like
You're
that.
being told you're dropping frame rates and it's freezing.
What?
Yep.
That is not.
And it is. It's doing it on mine.
On YouTube or Beam?
YouTube.
Oh,
The
weird.
Yeah, I'm seeing that
YouTubes.
too. I figured it was just my connection though.
I wonder if it's just YouTube freaking out.
I don't know. It seems like YouTube is just yeah. See, everyone's saying it's lagging.
Huh. Nothing's changed, people.
No, well, other than YouTube is shit.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
If they hear you, they're gonna shut it down.
Kind of weird and tricky, like a guy with carpal tunnel. You know.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, let me see if I can mess with this a little bit.
I
Yeah,
don't
see,
know.
it's like not even.
I don't know.
And there-
Some saying there is no lag, and then some saying there's a lag. I don't know.
Are you watching it on your phone?
No, I'm seeing the lag on my desktop.
Yeah. Look.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's just a YouTube thing though. I don't think it's anything.
Yeah,
that,
because I don't know. I don't see any. Look at right there. Like it's not. It's weird.
Is it just the video or audio as well?
I don't know.
I think it's just the video.
Sounds
Here's
fine. We're
Busted in the
just
chat says
seeing-
the sound
Yeah,
is
they're
fine.
just seeing lag.
It's weird. I don't know.
Audio
Everything's
is
good
most
on our
important.
end.
Well, it's a good thing we don't have a community game clip of the week this week because it would be all laggy for everyone.
That's true. 100%.
Oh yeah, the announcement.
So back to the announcement. Yeah, so we're gonna bring back the community game clip of the week, so everybody can get back on that. I think you could just send it to SheWulf or I on
Or
Twitter
Fox.
or Fox, anybody on the console
me,
corner, it's
sure.
fine, doesn't matter. And we'll share them and we'll vote on them and we'll bring it back next week. So, all right, I think
Yes,
that's
for
all
the community. That's right.
the announcements. Yep. All right, so got through all the announcements. Let's go into my favorite topic of the week, and that is the games we played. Let's go ahead and start with Phantom since he's our guest. What games you been playing this week, man?
Well, Stardew Valley finally got its, claws out of me. So I was able to take a break from a little bit. Man, I don't know what that was all about. It was like crack or something. It was just pulling me in every night. But with Mass Effect Andromeda coming out, I felt a little nostalgic, so I jumped back into the Mass Effect original trilogy. So I started off with 1, worked my way into, I just started 3 the other night, so that's where I've been right now.
Nice. What about you, Noof? What you been playing?
Let me see. Gears of War 4, a little Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Ratchet and Clank, Forza Horizon 3, and Batman Return to Arkham. How about that?
Oh, nice, dude. You're playing all kinds of
Nice.
games.
Very nice.
Variety.
What about
It's a
you,
nice
Mike?
thing, isn't it?
Oh man, this week has been what I am calling my week of high dynamic range. Really trying to
Oh yeah.
to feel out the new TV that I picked up last week. So I've been playing some Gears 4, Battlefield 1. What else have I been playing? Like every title that has HDR that I own, I've been playing. So Resident Evil 7. I've even gone back to some of my older games just to see how much better they look on a newer set. So I played there was a remaster of one of the Transformers games, the War for Cybertron, that they suckered me into buying just because I love the G1 Transformers. So I've been playing that, and just the colors on a game that's not even supporting HDR really pop on that screen. So I've just been very eclectic, playing little bits here and there just to see what everything looks like and get adjusted to it.
Damn, very nice.
Dang,
Have you
nice,
tried
dude.
Forza?
Yes, Forza. That was the first title I played. I can't believe I even left that
Oh.
off the list. Forza
Yeah, how
Horizon
dare
3.
you?
How dare you?
Well, that was the first one I played, so it's like at the beginning of the week here. But yeah, the colors on that game, like just the way that they pop, it's hard to describe what HDR is because it's kind of subtle, but at the same time, it's really game changing. Like the blades of grass when it comes to Forza Horizon 3. I can see so many more colors on those grass blades, and I know that sounds stupid because there's a whole like GTA 5 like blades of grass thing.
Yeah.
But seriously, when my car is stopped and I'm just sitting looking around, that was one of the first things I noticed when I played that game on that TV was like, wow, I didn't realize there were so many different shades of green in the grass, and I probably wasn't seeing that before. So it's just it almost looks like it's adding more resolution without adding resolution to the game. It's kind of crazy.
Nice.
That sounds amazing.
What about you, Fox?
Of course, Gears of War, everybody knows. I don't even have to say when or explain it or with who, but you guys know it was there. Surprisingly, soccer cars. I played that recently. What was it? The Sunday night or something. I don't know why. I just felt like playing it, and then I remembered that's like the first game I played with you and SheWulf, so that was kind of cool. Obviously, Resident
Bought it
Evil.
for you.
Yes. Thank you again for that. Tell the world how amazing you are. No, I'm kidding. But yes, of course, thanks. I even met Rand and Mooch in there because
Yeah,
you
you
guys
did.
had them in the party, so that was pretty cool. I got the hookup. But anyway, I also played Resident Evil last Thursday. Haven't picked it up since, so it's weird because I feel like playing it and I haven't streamed it yet, so I gotta jump back into that. And the last game, surprisingly enough, it's Call of Poopy, the remaster. I've been playing that on the PlayStation a little bit, and it's really good. I like it. I don't know if I would buy it, but it's fun playing my brother's copy. So there you go.
Nice. Sweet. What about you, SheWulf? What you been playing?
Lots and lots and lots and lots of Alice.
Huh.
I did.
You did play a lot of Alice.
I beat Alice Madness Returns. I beat it on hard. I gotta go back and beat it on Nightmare now. But I did beat it on hard.
Go back.
Was playing Ghost Recon too. What else was I playing? Toby. I started playing Toby. I think that's about it. I've had to play a lot of Alice.
Really?
Yeah, the game's like almost friggin' 15 to 20 hours long. It is. It's freaking long.
Well, was it worth it, right? I mean, those memories, your favorite game.
Oh, memories
that-
of her
You
yelling
know
and
what?
screaming at the game? Yeah, it was fantastic.
I
Yes.
forgot how many jumping puzzles is in that goddamn game, and
Oh,
I
shit, your favorite.
Hate jumping puzzles, but I still love Alice. I still love that game. I really do.
I liked your video. That actually cheered me up today. I was like, yes, finally! So that was cool.
Yeah, well, yeah. That for anyone who wants to know anything, like a little bit about Alice Madness Returns, the video went up, so there's a shameless plug.
Shameless.
It went
Shameless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So there is some issues with YouTube by the looks of it.
So, yeah. YouTube's just being funky tonight. It's giving us all kinds of errors on their end, so I don't know what's going on. Our stream looks to be fine on our end, but it's doing something wonky. So we apologize, guys, but at least you can hear us. That's what it's all about.
Is everybody jumping to Beam? What's up, Beam?
Yeah, I mean, you can jump over to Beam.
Is Beam working better? Let's see.
I'm sure that's working good.
Da-beam.
So what have I been playing?
What have you been playing?
I played Alice for a little bit. I don't remember. Huh. I actually
Ghost Recon.
Well, yeah, I played the Ghost Recon. I played the Sniper Ghost Warrior game there.
Oh, yeah.
Put that out there.
Oh, that amazing game that I can't wait to play.
Oh, can't wait to talk about that.
Work out that money.
But that's about it, really.
That's the one with all the consumer-friendly policies, right?
Super friendly. Super
Yeah.
consumer friendly, too.
What a
Absolutely.
crap.
Fantastic. All right,
Yep,
so
they sure know how to sell it.
that's about all I've been playing. So let's go ahead and get into the news.
I just heard thunder.
Don't say that, SheWulf.
I
My
did.
God.
Yep.
Take it away, SheWulf.
All right, so JKB already kind of hinted towards this in the intro, so let's now get the panel's actual opinions on this. Far Cry 5 possibly leaked by GameStop.
Yes, they did. Them bad boys.
Are we surprised though?
I'm not really surprised. I mean, this kind of happens like all the time. I don't really know why it happens either. But sometimes they just put it on their website before it's supposed to be shown, or
Yeah, are you asking, like, are we surprised that there was a leak, or are we surprised that there's going to be a Far Cry 5?
I guess both.
Both.
I'm not
More
really
or less,
surprised for either.
Yeah. See, the leak, okay, we've kind of learned that leaks happen. And I think it's more, it could actually possibly be the developers too, or even whoever's doing the marketing, just for the fact that they want to actually, start pulling people in early. Because, hey, there has been some signs that
like a little tease.
I'm sure statistics show that, leaks do tend to push the hype on things. So maybe it was intentional. But are we surprised? Not lately, no. Because
Nope.
there's so many leaks on everything that we're just not. However, Far Cry 5, it depends how they bring it out and what's it going to play like, I guess, in my opinion.
You guys want to hear my conspiracy theory about
Let's
this?
hear it.
Oh, let's
I want to hear it.
I think that GameStop did it on purpose because of all
Ooh.
the shit they've been getting lately.
So that
With
you
the
get off
other-
them.
Yeah, they were like, you know what? How about they stop talking shit about us? And we're like, we tell them about a game that is coming out this year, supposedly.
So they
because
look good now?
In the article, it says November 26th of this year. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, it does.
So it literally takes the other pressure that people were questioning them about and moving it to this,
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good point. I could see that. I guess I don't know. Do they get in trouble for leaking that kind of stuff if they? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think they could just say oops and then delete it and take it off
Yeah, I
their
guess that's
website.
true.
And that's it, Can't
My
do
thing
nothing
is
about it.
it's kind of weird though. If Far Cry is coming out and then there's going to be an Assassin's Creed game coming out probably around the same time, are they going to be cannibalizing their player bases and all that kind of stuff during that time?
Well, I was going to say, I don't think that November 26th date is a legitimate date.
Right.
I think that's just a placeholder date, and, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Far Cry this fall, but Far Cry Primal came out last spring, so, maybe they want to push it back to the spring. Look at this past fall. We had so many shooters come out in the fall. If they would have released a Far Cry 5 this fall, it would have gotten buried, underneath everything else. So maybe they're planning on one coming out soon, and GameStop has a placeholder date.
All right, so the date was what? You guys said November 26th?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's a Sunday.
I didn't check.
Well,
that.
Placeholder confirmed.
Placeholder.
So that's kind of not a normal. We've seen games switch to Fridays because
Yeah.
they've
Right,
been
right.
kind
Tuesday
of
or
proven
Fridays.
as a more relevant day for gamers because it's the weekend. But a Sunday game,
Right.
no.
Yeah, you guys make sense on that one for sure. Placeholder.
Excited for Far Cry 5. I mean, Far Cry Primal came out, flew underneath the radar. I don't even know what the sales were on that game, but it seemed like it came out. People played it for a week, and then it was done. It was over with. I don't know. I think that's a series that needs a serious overhaul or something. I couldn't gravitate to number 4. I like number 3, but 4 I was just
Huh.
Well, when
Good.
it came to Primal, I think it's because it was so different and weird, and not a lot of people were interested in that. But the other titles, I think they did pretty well, even though 4 came out with bugs and messed up and all that hot mess.
Yeah.
See, I loved Far Cry Primal. I know 4 wasn't that great, but Primal, the way that it changed up the series, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Going into a different era and doing something that I haven't done before in a Far Cry game.
Well, that's the thing. Are we actually sure that this is going to be an actual Far Cry 5? Or is it kind of... Because even Far Cry Primal, we all kept hearing it was supposed to be 5. But then it turned out that it wasn't actually 5, that it was kind of like a game of its own game kind of thing. So are we actually positive that they're just not going to bring out something like that again?
Like another spin-off type game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they probably do the numbered game. That's what I would think.
Stream is down.
Well, my whole thing on this
It's
whole
almost unwatchable.
leaked anything for any game, I think it's part of marketing strategy now. I mean, maybe a few years back, everything was tight-lipped and kept under wraps for their release parties or whatever that they had back then, and now it's part of strategy ploy to build up and see what kind of pull they're getting from the gaming community. Is it hyped enough? Do we need to hype it up more? That kind of thing. as far as like Far Cry 5, I'm all for it. I wasn't into 4 or Primal. I mean, I love 3, but I think they're just testing the waters with it, and it's part of like a marketing strategy, either for both GameStop and, you know, the creators of Far Cry.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I see it all coming from. But as far as anything else, I mean, if there's going to be a new Far Cry, they're not going to really release it with GameStop's leak. It's going to be like a E3 big extravagant thing.
Right.
Yeah.
1 second, guys, to the stream. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to try and fix this. I got a trick. Maybe it'll work. Hopefully, cross fingers.
No.
All right, guys, so we're back. I'm trying to see if we can fix up that skipping thing, but I think it's just a YouTube thing. I tried my trick. Hopefully it clears up. I'm not sure.
Let us know about the audio.
Yeah. How's the audio sound? Is the audio good? Because that's the most important thing for podcasts, is if you can hear us talking.
What?
What
People
the
want to
hell?
hear what we say?
Oh,
His ass, come on.
Let's get on. What's our next topic there, SheWulf?
So we're going to jump into Playground's new studio and new IP.
Yes. So, Playground Games. We thought they were done with Forza Horizon 3 because they wanted to make some new games. But it looks like they're going to be making a new studio and still making Forza Horizon 3.
I think this is awesome. It's funny because if anybody watched my selfless plug coming up, first episode of Magic Mike's Minutes, where I was talking about whether or not Microsoft needed more studios or just needed to maybe grow those studios and have multiple teams, this is what I wanted to see happening. So, yeah, let's keep it going. I like the direction things are going in right now.
Are we like? I don't know why people thought that we weren't going to get another Forza like that. That's
Well, I mean, they were like, hey, we want to make a new game. We got this new project, blah, blah, blah. So before they announced the new studio.
Yeah, but we all know, like, us as hardcore gamers and stuff who keep up with social media and keep up with developers and all that kind of stuff, we all know that they all usually have, can have more than one project going at a time. So for people to just jump to the fact thinking that, oh my God, Forza is not going to be around anymore, I think that was kind of a...
Yeah, but you got to think about it from the aspect of, like, the developer side. Yeah, they do that, but they have to pay those people, and they have to hire all these new people. Like, they just said they're, like, going up to, like, 200 devs from whatever they were previously. So, I mean, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Forza
if
Horizon
they're
3 seems
making
like
the
it was
money.
pretty successful.
Yeah, I think this is like my hypothesis here is I think Microsoft came over and was like, yo, you guys need to make Forza Horizon 3. What can we do to make this happen? Or the Forza games continuing. What can we do to make this happen? Here's a whole bunch of money. Go open up a studio and continue working on these games that we want you to work on.
Yeah. But
That
it-
sounds like
Isn't We Are Playground just strictly the Forza Horizon series anyway? And Turn 10 is actually just Forza.
Yeah, they do the Forza Motorsports and Playground
Right.
does the...
So Playground, I mean, they've been talking about wanting to do their own kind of little open world sandbox type game, you know, away from the racing genre. But they're not going to give up their cash cow. There's no way. They would walk away from the Horizon series and dive headlong into something that may just crash and burn on them and could possibly ruin them trying to come back with Forza Horizon 4. So I think Xbox came to them and said, hey, you know, we're getting low on new IPs and new genres of gaming. You guys got a good idea. Let's hear it. All right, here's some money. We want you to dive headlong into it, but we can't give up on our fan base with the Horizon series and Forza Motorsports. So let's collaborate and get this thing rolling and knock it out of the park.
Yeah. Well, and I'm really excited to see what they can do with another genre of gaming because you know they have a lot of technical know-how. They seem to have kind of mastered the Forza Horizon series.
Yeah.
So now I want to see what are they going to do with that knowledge of racing games and getting steady frames out of the hardware, and how are they going to apply that to a different type of game? You know, they know open world when it comes to the Horizon games. They do open worlds very well. And very detailed, so I could see this being, you know, a really cool entry into the Xbox library, or even if it's multi-plat. I mean, let's see what the studio can pump out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I second that motion. I mean, ultimately, again, the fear is that, like I said, Microsoft doesn't own them. Is that correct?
Yeah, they don't own them.
Okay, well, I think they need to pony up and buy these guys out because I got a funny feeling if they go over and start making games for the other platform, that could be a disaster or wouldn't be so good. So I would definitely try to work out a deal with those guys. But I think opening up the other studio is definitely a good thing. As you guys had mentioned, they know how to do racing well. They seem to know how to do open world very well. I can see it being very positive. I'm quite curious to know what type of game those guys would make, but I have a feeling it'll probably be like an open world action or something similar to Grand Theft Auto. I think they would make a great game like that.
Yeah. Well, and you know what I always found really interesting? There was a Spider-Man game on the Xbox 360 and PS3. I think it was called like Web of Shadows. It wasn't like based off any movie or anything like that, but the engine for that game was actually supposed to be a skateboarding game, and they turned it into a Spider-Man action game, and it was actually really fun to play. So
That game's awesome.
you know, taking that idea of having like a skateboarding engine and turning it into like an action game with a comic book hero, what could they do with the engine that they're using for Forza Horizon 3 and applying that to something different, and what could they achieve with that?
Yeah, I agree.
I think they could do like a awesome AAA like action game, like with it could have story-based action sequences and stuff. So, I mean, have other kind of vehicles as well within the game, not just cars, or just be an open sandbox. But if they want to do some kind of action, it's like, I guess that's what I'm thinking.
Bring on
Yeah,
a
that
new
would be
Dukes of
fun.
Hazzard game, I'd say. Yeah.
You just want to see the Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think Playground does the open world kind of thing really well. We've seen that with Forza Horizon. They definitely got to get some developers in there that know what they're doing, like in other terms of whatever they're thinking. Like if it's a third-person action kind of game and whatever. So, but I think they're a world-class studio. I do hope Microsoft does pony up and get them as well, because I think that's what Microsoft's really missing right now, is their own developers to do games for them. So I don't know. We'll see. SheWulf, wake up.
I agree.
I was reading the chat.
Except the worst case scenario is they buy them up, they create an extra studio, they make a game that comes out, maybe a new IP, and the IP kind of flops, and then like 6 months later they're laying those guys off again.
Oh, that's a potential, obvious. Yeah, that's a big potential.
All right, so on to another game that, people have been excited for, but at the same time there has been some issues whether or not it's actually going to be able to compare with games that we've seen previously. Battlefront 2 has been confirmed for this year. Now, we all know that it didn't have a story in the first one, and it made the game absolutely disappointing for all you Star Wars fans out there because of the fact that, well, let's be honest, they have, as you guys all put it, the best stories going with their movies, and yet the first one didn't have any lore to it whatsoever. It was literally just a few multiplayer modes. So the fact that, they're bringing out a second one, are they going to do it right? We know there is a campaign, but are they actually going to give people
I think so.
a game for their money?
Yeah, I mean, they had this earnings call. They pretty much outed out that they're going to be doing Battlefront 2 this fall, 2017. They went on to say they're working hard to make it extremely deep and engaging offering. It's going to be bigger and better worlds. And it's going to have, I believe he said, the new movie content and stuff. I don't know how many of the new movies, like if it's going to have Rogue One or The Force Awakens and stuff like that.
I'm worried about that because, a lot of games that try to, bring in movie parts, I find it makes it more strict.
Yeah, but Star Wars is all from the movies, though.
Well, yes, but I don't know. Wouldn't it be leave a game more open if you kind of more or less created some part of a story?
I don't know. I think Battlefront is just a big, massive multiplayer type game. I think they're just going to be using, the scenery and the worlds and stuff that they went to just for maps and kind of stuff like that. The campaign is another story. Is that going to be part of the new stuff going on? Is that going to be some, offshoot lore kind of thing with the Star Wars universe? That I don't know. That's going to be interesting.
I want to know if they're going to do a dedication to Princess Leia.
I don't know.
I mean, they did in the PC. What's the PC game that they have? Old Republic.
Knights of the Republic.
Knights of the Republic. Yeah.
Yeah, they did that on there.
Yep.
When it happened, for sure.
All the
it'll be
players
nice.
did that, right? Didn't all the players get together in somewhere? And
Yeah.
It was
Yes. It was a certain location, and you would go there, and you would see her. I guess her.
yeah.
What is it called?
Yeah, it was very
Avatar.
similar to the Robin Williams. They put a statue up in honor of Robin Williams in World of Warcraft because he was a big WoW player.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think it was her hologram. I think that's what it was. But it would be cool if they do that. Yeah, it would be cool if they do that in this game. That would be nice. But from what I hear, they're gonna have a mixture of different things. I don't know how they're gonna put them together. If they're gonna, link it with a certain storyline of backstory and then something new.
Well, they could just have a neat Easter egg somewhere though.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I've
But
never
overall, I'm looking forward to it though.
the same way since.
Basically, it sounds like we're all hoping that the sequel to Star Wars Battlefront is what we hoped the first Battlefront was going to be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I
needs a new
kind of
hope.
wish it was the first one to begin with.
That's what EA does, though. They tease you, and then the second game, yes, we're going to give you everything that you wanted
even
in the first
Bungie
one.
does it. Just
Sounds like another game that came out a few years ago called Titanfall.
I love Titanfall, though.
Is this EA's MO right now or something? But they really have to knock it out of the park with this Battlefront 2.
Yeah,
I mean, I love the original Battlefront just because of the nostalgia of,
Star Wars.
jumping in there, shooting, stormtroopers or whatever, lightsaber battles and everything else. And the maps were pretty big. I don't know why they're saying they need even bigger maps, but some of them were small. But at the same time, it's okay, what does this have to do with anything? Where is this in the Star Wars world or
That's what I'm wondering, too.
lore? Where did
Well,
this come from?
Is it just me, or does anybody want the friggin' makers of the Battlefront and Battlefield series come up with sensible controls for the vehicles? Anybody else frustrated with their flying controls?
I'm not a big vehicle guy, so I really just stay away from them.
I find their flying is shit in their games. I find all their vehicles super hard to fly. I even had a person tell me one time it was a helicopter pilot that it was easier to fly the real thing than it was to fly the one in the freaking game.
Whoa.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Damn.
I guess I just got used to it because I love Star Wars so much that even though Battlefront wasn't what I wanted it to be, I still played a lot of it, and especially the X-wing TIE fighter mode that they had. I played that so much that I got pretty good at flying an X-wing.
Yeah, true. My brother was the same way. But it would be very dumb of them to really mess this up because we all know it's Star Wars. For sure it's going to sell. But it's the aftermath that we have to look at because if they don't deliver, people are going to get real pissed off with EA and DICE because of the fact that they're messing up their favorite, franchise and stuff.
Well,
You
in
screwed
defense
it up
of
once, people let it go. They ain't gonna do it again.
I don't know
Right.
about that. I don't know about that.
Well,
Give us
they'll
a
probably
third-person
still buy
battle
it.
game like the old Battlefronts were, and give us the space battles like Rogue Squadron, and then you
Yeah.
gotta.
in defense of the first Battlefront, there's a lot of things that the game did right. We can all say that it missing the single player content and just the lack of modes that they had was kind of disappointing. But the visuals and the feel of Star Wars that they captured, that was all exactly what I wanted the game to be.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think they nailed Star Wars in the first one for sure. Everything sounded and played like Star Wars for sure.
Yeah, it looked and sounded and felt like it. But then you have the other negatives like the campaign or the shitty DLC and stuff like that. It brings it down.
Yeah, the DLC was the one point of contention that I was most at odds about. The $50 for the season pass and not knowing what you were getting out of it, that to me was pretty shitty.
I agree.
And then it was
But I don't-
crappy DLC to begin with.
But in all fairness to DICE, unless there was a second studio working on the game, they had a pretty full plate. They just had finished Battlefield 4, plus they were trying to squeeze this game out in time to make the movie launch, and then they had to start doing Battlefield 1. So, in all fairness, I think that was a lot that they just got crammed for time and space.
But the stupid
Yeah.
thing is, it had nothing to do with the movie that was releasing. So what was the point in even?
That's true. I mean, they didn't have anything in the game that had to do
Like, I
with
could
the movie.
understand if it coincides
I get you
somehow
there, yeah.
with it, so that way you didn't spoil anything
Right.
from the movie or from the game. However, it had nothing to do with
But
it.
I think they were trying to piggyback on top of it's a Star Wars movie. Everybody wants to buy something Star Wars. So
Yeah.
they're just trying to
It was that
capitalize.
cash
So
grab.
money,
money,
money.
Well, that's what makes the world go around.
Money, money, money.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh shit, she was singing.
Yeah, she told you she'd get better.
No, because
She's like, no.
no, because I know the next couple topics, and yeah.
Oh,
Anyways,
come on.
all right. So speaking of EA, why don't we jump into EA Financial calls new IP March 2018?
Yeah, that's SheWulf not doing her homework again.
No, I didn't do my homework, so I'm just kind of like
So
reading.
BioWare
GKB's
is
list.
making a new IP. They began crafting this thing in 2012, apparently. It's going to have a new universe, character stories, and gameplay. They're going to be using their 20-plus years of game development knowledge to knock this one out of the park, as they do with just about every freaking game they make. And they're going to make something, which I thought this part was
But
like...
they don't knock everything out of the park because they give us like half of it.
BioWare?
No, I mean like EA.
We're not talking about EA. We're talking about BioWare here.
Oh,
BioWare.
Okay. All right.
Um,
All right. We're just
But
going.
the part that's really interesting is they're making something that you can enjoy with your friends. So is that going to be a cool 4-player co-op kind of game? I hope so.
It's like an MMO.
Ooh, an MMO. That's what
I
I'm
want
talking
an
about, too.
MMO. I just want like WoW or Guild Wars on Xbox, and I would be like the happiest person in the world.
And then she won't play any other games with us. That's messed up.
Or I'll just drag you guys to play it, and then you guys won't want to play any other games either.
Oh, okay.
What is he talking about? Sorry, she will show me DMs. So yeah, about that BioWare game. Everybody excited?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You're bad.
Well, I'm
crap.
curious.
Bad.
Before I'm excited, I'm curious to see what it is.
I'll copy and send it to you. I'm not reading it out.
No, wait, what? No,
I think
I'm
she's talking
talking about the game.
Oh,
Sure.
She will
Send
put the
me
phone
the
down.
DM.
Stop looking at
Sure,
the chat.
whatever.
Join the conversation.
we were
Ron.
talking. Well, you had just talked about the DMs, so. Anyways.
No, that was all you. And if it's about Mayo, I don't want it. I'm just saying.
No.
I don't think it's about Mayo.
I'm kidding. But yes, BioWare, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
They make
BioWare.
awesome games.
Yeah.
Like
no,
maybe this game Mass Effect.
Yeah,
Oh,
BioWare.
what is
I've
that?
never been
What
disappointed
is
in a
that?
BioWare game, so I'm always excited to hear about something new from them.
Same here.
Yeah.
I'm excited
surprised
that
it's
they're
not
making something
another-
completely new.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that because I'm surprised it's not another Dragon Age or something. You know,
That's what I
like-
thought it was going to be, like another Dragon
Yeah.
Age. Like, absolutely.
I want. You know what? I want an
Is this a
actual.
BioWare game?
Yeah.
Good.
What are you talking about?
Come on.
I actually want like them to come out. I want somebody to come out with a game like Scalebound.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Open
god.
up old wounds right now.
I want
Wait,
BioWare.
she's trolling us.
Yeah,
Hold
she
on.
is.
No,
She's
I want
absolutely trolling us.
BioWare.
Too soon, SheWulf,
to-
too soon.
No, I want BioWare to bring out a game.
Wouldn't that
like
be something if
frickin'
BioWare took over
Scalebound.
the development of Scalebound?
Why not? They'd be perfect for it.
I
That would be
probably-
hilarious if at E3 Microsoft came out on the stage and was like, Scalebound,
Scalebound by
it's
BioWare.
coming out in August. Buy it.
Well, okay.
Damn.
Can you guys disagree
troll.
with me? Would they not make a really good freaking Scalebound if they took like the idea of what it was, like of what Scalebound was supposed to be,
It's dead,
and
SheWulf.
actually like
You gotta move
turned
on.
it? No,
You gotta move on. It's not
I can
happening.
still say I want a game like that. Doesn't have to
Yep.
be Scalebound.
It's dead. It's gone. We
No,
must
I-
move on.
Thank
we gotta
you
heal.
for
I can see where
crushing
you're going
all
with
my
this, though,
hopes
SheWulf.
and dreams. They do
And
like
to
Dragon
Boston,
Age. They do
Boston,
Dragon
Boston,
Age and all that kind of
stand
stuff.
on it.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, they
but-
can do an
no.
action RPG very well. They can do story-driven content very well, and they know Dragon, so
just give me a goddamn dragon to play with, people. That's all I want.
Go play some Dragon Age.
No, you don't actually get to have a pet dragon.
We get to kill them,
I don't want to kill it. I want it as a pet.
but they're cool to kill.
I don't want to kill it.
Okay.
Go GKB, buy a dragon suit for Halloween, and then say, "Come over and play with this dragon."
I'm probably gonna do that. That'd be
no.
awesome.
Oh
actually.
shit.
No.
No chills.
No, it's okay.
Anyway, I'm excited for BioWare making anything because they're
Right.
awesome.
Well, they
Phil's-
said in that.
That's interesting. Phil tweeted, "I played a lot of my Voodoo Vince remake today."
That's totally a BioWare game that we're talking about right now. Absolutely. What are you gonna say, Finn?
Phil Spencer tweeted it. So.
Well, I was going to say, like in that same Q&A portion of the call, they said it's not going to be an RPG flat out.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like an action game,
It's
kind
an
of.
action adventure. So if you look at BioWare's history on action adventure, you're leaning towards those Dragon Age
Type games, yeah.
games of
Yeah.
that style, which they do an amazing job with. I still play Inquisition.
So now, do you consider Dragon Age to be an action adventure game, but not a like role playing action adventure, like an action RPG?
No, because you don't really get to customize your characters to be. Whereas, like in an RPG, it's more customization to your character and everything like that. In the Dragon Age series, it's more. This is the characters you can pick from, and these are the people that kind of roll with you.
Yeah, I guess for me, like I always considered Dragon Age to be more of an RPG that was, like an action RPG, like Legend of Zelda type, because it was very stat based. Even though you don't have the customization of your character, every attack that you make, you're doing a certain amount of damage based on your character's stats. So that was what to me classified as an RPG. So if they're doing something that's entirely separate from that, where it's not a stat based game, that would be something that I haven't seen from them before. So I'd like to see how they would handle that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I go along the lines of like Witcher. I mean, even though that's kind of like a pretty big RPG, but like the way you play it is very like action adventure type kind of game. So I don't know. They're kind of blurring the lines these days, I think.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
that's true.
These
Even
days, you got action adventure, and then you have RPG elements, and that's
Yep.
how they sell it
RPG
as.
lights.
no, every game nowadays has some sort of RPG elements. It seems.
Yeah, it's just I think they're just blending everything together
Mhm.
these days.
Yeah.
They may confuse us all and go with something in a different direction and not go with, dragons and knights and all that stuff and go straight
Like
Mars.
sci-fi or
Oh
that'd
god,
be kinda
no
cool.
more
Yeah.
sci-fi, please.
SheWulf,
Isn't it?
stop
It's-
it!
We have
I don't
enough
think they would.
sci-fi.
Because they
Or
were-
they're just going to tell everybody it's going to be a text-based RPG.
Right?
DOS prompt.
Well, like,
Oh, God,
Where could
no.
they go actually?
A
Like,
side scroller.
because if you think about it, they got Mass Effect, which is their sci-fi one. They got Dragon Age,
Right.
which is their
So-
fantasy.
Medieval fantasy.
So it'd be like today's
They could
kind
do
of time.
they could do a survival kind of like
zombies. We're still waiting
like
for
Fa-
that Walking Dead game.
either zombies or like Fallout, like their own version of Fallout, maybe.
Interesting.
Third
Post-apocalyptic kind
person
of
action
stuff.
game called The Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
It just piques
I'm
your
excited.
interest when they say new universe.
Yeah, new characters, new story, new gameplay. I'm all about it. Ready to go.
Well, it's just a new game.
Just give it to me, BioWare. Just right now.
Right?
All right. So on to the topic that I know I don't want to actually talk about, and that's
Come on.
the PS4 update, external HDD and boost mode for the Pro
This is cool stuff.
hardware. Yay!
This is cool
Finally!
stuff. Yeah. Yay, PlayStation. You're up with the dates now. You get to have external
I'm
hardware.
not mad
Yay.
about PlayStation, by the way. It's the hardware. I just.
But there's a caveat to
Gonna get
the...
real online?
I don't know. I mean...
Not this weekend. No, PSN was down.
Oh, bummer. But here's the caveat to the external hard drives. You can only use one.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Wait, like their hard drive?
Yeah, apparently, like, people have already been, like, messing around with it, and they can only put one external hard drive in. So they have a couple of USB ports, but you can only use one for an external drive, which is interesting.
And it's
man,
only
Can you only do one with Xbox?
No, you can do multiple.
No. I have 3 of them hooked up to mine because I had to buy like a USB hub to plug into my
he
Xbox.
said 3.
3. He's like, yo, I got
Why-
the 40
why-
terabytes on this
Wait,
bad
wait.
boy.
How many gigs are each your hard drives?
I have a total of 4 gigs in the external hard, or 4
4
terabytes
terabytes?
in the external hard drives. So I have a 2 terabyte and then a 1 terabyte and another 1 terabyte. So like my Xbox is like my Frankenstein
So
machine.
Why didn't you just buy like a 5 terabyte?
That's, like, my
friggin'
whole thing is, like-
external hard drive. Why didn't
Well,
you just buy a big
if-
one?
Eventually, one day
That's
that
what
will
she
be, the goal. But all of these externals that I have are 7,200 RPM, so they're a little pricey when you get into the higher terabyte
Higher,
range.
yeah.
So, I picked these up piecemeal. They were, I got them when they were on sale. It wasn't a plan to have 3 external hard drives, but that's just how it ended up. And one day I'll consolidate all of that, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
But it
what?
doesn't have to be a certain brand, right? It can be any brand. It just has to be a 3.0.
Yeah, I don't know where this is kind of coming from with the whole brand thing, because even like when you could open up the PS4 and put hard drives in it, they didn't have to be Sony ones. So I don't know where this keeps coming up for some reason. I don't know
Unless
why.
people are just
I think-
not buying 3.0s and they're buying because Xbox has or Xbox.
I mean, Sony's
has
like
that
pretty
problem
like
too, though.
proprietary. They're like, you can only use our stuff, but the PS4's
Well,
never been like a hard drive.
I don't know where
like-
they're getting this from yet because supposedly it's going to come out like in the next update where they're
They
going to
got
add all
like
this
beta
stuff.
testers probably. That's probably
Yeah,
what they're looking
which probably doesn't have all the things. Like it's probably just a little bit taste of it. So I would rather wait to see for the update to see when they have how many available and how many at a time. And from what I'm hearing, it's only a certain amount of terabytes. So I think 6 or 7 is the most you could have. You can't have anything bigger than that.
But it's
So
still,
we'll see.
it still comes down to, are these people trying 2.0s instead of 3? You know what I mean? Like if they're using
Right,
the wrong
right.
USB port, then obviously it's not going to work.
Hmm.
Like there could be so many
Yeah.
other issues to why they're having the problem. Instead of that, it's actually like say the Pro's fault.
Oh,
I
I'm
would
not
rather-
saying. Good. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I would rather wait and see until it's officially out, not like a beta
Yeah, absolutely.
format right now, because I mean, my prediction is like it's gonna come out right before or around E3
Mhm.
officially for everybody. Because like you said, maybe people are testing it out and it's not working properly, so they need to do that. But overall, I think it's a good thing. I mean, finally.
Yeah, I
There's
agree.
a lot of people that really need this, and I'm like, yes, give it to them now. They desperately need it.
It's
Yeah.
great that you can have a hard drive, but can you change your name because that would be super amazing?
No, you can't do that yet.
Nah.
Baby
That's
steps,
too much.
Sheila. Baby steps.
Yeah.
I've got 80 gigs left on my PS4, so this is a good time and good news. So that's great. About time, Sony. Applause to you for finally catching up with the times here.
Yeah, that's what I'm all about too. Like that whole 500 gig that we have is going to be running out of space because we're all digital these days. So definitely need that space. So I mean, it's good
even
they
if you're not
finally.
all-
Go ahead. Sorry, man.
I was gonna say, even if you're not all digital, every game requires a manual
the
install.
install.
Like you can't just
True,
play a game
yep.
from a disc. So whether you're digital or physical, having that extra hard drive space is a big win.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, I agree. About time, Sony. You did it. You got it. Cool.
Right.
It is definitely a good thing for gamers.
So let's talk about the boost mode. So I think people got to understand that the boost mode is only going to work for certain games that don't have like a pro patch, because games that are locked frame rates or locked resolutions and only run at that is not really going to help it with this boost mode. So I think people got to get their expectations in check, because what I've seen a lot about the boost mode is like, oh man, it's gonna do all this crazy stuff, but if the developers lock the FPS at 30, you're not getting any higher than that until they patch it and say it's on unlock frame rate at that point. I think where this will come into is if some of the games have like dynamic resolution and unlock frame rates. I think that's going to be like really nice. Better stable frame rates, always good for games. So, but as we always say, keep your expectations in check, people. This is not going to be something that's going to work on every game unless, the developers patch it. And at that point, if they're going to be like, well, let's patch it and do an unlock frame rate, they might as well just do a pro version of it and just go all the way at that point. So,
well, my thing about this is, we're hearing all about this boost mode right now in like all the gaming journals, like everywhere. They're talking about this boost mode that the pro is getting, but when the Xbox One S came out, we got a boost in games that had dynamic resolution, and even games where, like, let's say it was a locked 30, but every now and then it would dip down to like the 28 to 25 range.
Where now you were seeing like 30,
right, consistent 30, or games that had dynamic resolution, like Doom is a good example. Doom dropped down to 900p a lot on the vanilla Xbox One, but on the Xbox One S, it holds that 1080p much more consistently. And, that was reported on for like a day when it comes to the Xbox side, but with the PS4 Pro, it's getting this boost mode, and, it's the best thing since sliced bread now. But where was all the love for the Xbox One S when we got this boost mode, and it wasn't even advertised or needed a patch? It just happened because you had better hardware. It was able to take advantage of those different software algorithms that allow dynamic resolution and better frame rates.
I agree. Like, where was all the love for the Xbox too? And that's another good point too, is like when the Scorpio comes out with the 6 teraflops there, you're also going to see, a boost mode without it really being a boost mode. It doesn't really need to. It's just going to run all those dynamic scaled games in uncapped frame rates, or you're just going to get better ones on the Scorpio if they don't have a Scorpio patch, or however they're going to do whatever they're going to do with Scorpio. So
that's true. Alrighty, well, I think this topic is done.
SheWulf hates talking about hardware.
I'm already tired, and that just pretty much like put me right to sleep.
Whatever.
One last thing, I just want to say, I'm surprised that they needed a patch for this to happen. Like, I'm surprised that this just didn't happen naturally with having a more powerful piece of hardware.
I think it was due to because they had like the double stack like GPUs, where I think it was written into the code where if it was a regular game, it was only using the one GPU. Where now I think they're unlocking it to do kind of like SLI or Crossfire with these other games. It's kind of what they're doing, which is weird. They should have had this. Yeah, I agree with you. Like from day one,
it should have been in there day one.
Yeah, kind of what Sony does, I guess. I don't know. I think maybe they were coming from the standpoint of, well, let's lock it down to make sure everything works, and then later on maybe we'll unlock it. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt here.
To me, it makes me feel like the PS4 Pro is a little rushed. I felt that way in the past, and now that lends even more evidence to that thought.
Yeah, I totally. They could say as much as they want to. I think this was just for the PSVR. And that's all they did it for, just to get the better performance on the PSVR, because they were pushing that. That's really all this was for. They can say until the cows come home that it wasn't, but let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, hi to everybody in the chat. I don't have a chat up to be able to actually write in, so I'm just going to say hi to everybody this way.
Cool.
Hello.
What's up, everybody?
All right, so back
we
to
love
you,
you guys.
DKB.
Oh, crap, it's back to me. Dang it. Whatever. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our first topic of the night. And we're
Calls
talk about,
are now open, people.
So yeah, everybody can call in now. You can yell at us about the weird thing going on with YouTube, and talk about the topics we're gonna be talking about. But we're gonna talk about like Ghost Recon, Wildlands, beta, what everybody thought about it. If you got to play it, if you got to watch some videos and all that kind of stuff. And I'm pretty surprised that I've been seeing a lot of negativity around Ghost Recon. I don't know. We streamed it for an hour and had a blast. We were laughing and joking the whole time playing it.
Oh my god, them helicopter! We tried to drive a boat, and oh my god,
that was funny.
Every time I tried to get one, I would die, and then the boat would just take off on its own, and it would go wherever it wanted to.
Yeah, we were talking a lot of trash.
This is what Destiny
Division.
Well, I don't know. Even Destiny, like the story, like even seems to be better in this. But I was trying to compare it to the Division, but this is what the Division should have been like, because you could literally drive anything and you were able to destroy anything. You could kill chickens. We shot a chicken and it blew up.
Damn.
And SheWulf like to go after those purple bosses and get us killed too.
Oh yeah, that was bad. I like took on. I grabbed him. I literally grabbed him and like threatened him, and then a whole bunch of other purple guys showed up, and yeah, it was no.
I don't know, like, yeah, I gotta say something here too, because I don't understand this generation, like, on the standpoint. I mean, I know where it's coming from because it's social media and all this kind of stuff, but it just seems like the cool thing to do these days is to like nitpick and just be super negative about a damn game in beta, and I think that's just a terrible thing.
Hey.
Kind of is like.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think some of it stems from people just not liking that genre of game to begin with. So when they do get into a beta, anything that's slightly negative is just going to stand out to them more, whereas even somebody who loves the game, those negatives don't stand out as predominant. Yeah, so, it's like somebody, I hate first-person shooters, but all they review is first-person shooters. It's like, well, I'm not going to listen to crap you say because you
just don't like those kind of games. Yeah.
So, I do not understand that. Why, if you are a game reviewer, why would you review a game that you don't like? Like, I'm not a fan of sports games. So if I was a professional game reviewer, I would never write a review for a sports game. If my editor told me you have to write a review for this sports game, I'd be like, well, no, because that's not my genre. I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. I'm either going to give it a better score than it deserves or a worse score than it deserves.
Yeah.
And the same thing with betas. If you don't like a third-person action, like, co-op experience, then don't sign up for the beta. Leave that beta key available for somebody else who wants to get into it, rather than just go onto social media and rip into it because, hey, you got to see something that not everybody else out there got to see.
Yeah, I agree. I played a lot of the old Ghost Recon games too, and I have to say I thought this one was the best one out of all of them. I mean, I might get hate for that because, whatever. And I like the gameplay mechanics. I thought it played just like The Division. Like I said on Twitter before the beta happened, it looked like it was going to play like The Division, just the way the characters moved, the way you shot and all that kind of stuff. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually a really good thing because one thing I liked about The Division was the gameplay and the shooting and everything. I thought it was fantastic.
Just didn't have enough.
Yeah, and they're not bullet sponge enemies. Well, some of them are. I mean, like the purple guys could take a few shots before they go down.
But that's only because we don't know exactly what they were.
Yeah.
That could have just been level base.
But yeah.
In defense, their customization though was amazing. I actually really liked their customization. This was the beta, and there was so much. Oh my god, I could have stayed there for hours.
Oh you should have made a video about it.
I should have, but GKB made me like, come on, let's go. So I had to like make my character quickly. But
oh yeah, she was like, oh.
Yeah, you can literally change like the color of your vest to like the color of your undershirt to the color. Like you could change everything. It was awesome. Now imagine what's going to happen when they do the main release. Like
I agree.
Well, see, now that's my question. When it comes to the main release, are you going to have to earn those changes, or are you going to be able to customize them right from the get-go?
Better be freaking able to freaking do it.
I don't know. I think you're probably going to have to earn all out of it.
No. Unless it will be, because, unless they give it to you, but then they like...
They're going to give you a set at first, for sure, but they're going to make you, like, earn it.
We shall see.
I could see this being, like, a gear game and, like, earning all kinds of cool stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that's going to be... That's going to be their microtransaction right there. Is going to be the gear and everything. But people are okay. So like even textures and everyone's putting down the graphics and stuff like that I saw, and I didn't see anything wrong with graphics. We were up in a helicopter, and you were able to see the trees and the lights and the stars at night. Like it looked like you were outside. It didn't look like some blurry mess that you would actually think it was. Yeah. You run through the freaking trees and the rocks. They actually had the textures and the details. So I don't know what people are complaining about, saying that this game...
It's a cool thing to do. That's all it really is. Like,
yeah, I think that people that are complaining about it into the beta, so they're a little jaded already, and they're looking at what they're seeing based off of YouTube compression, and maybe things don't look as crystal clear as they do when you're actually playing it on your console.
I know some of them that are pretty negative were in the beta, and I just come from the standpoint of like, I get it, okay, you didn't like it, but the whole point of the beta was to give feedback to the developers to make a better game.
I think it was more or less to try the servers.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you still want to be like, well, this sucked, this was buggy, and this, that, and the other. But you want to tell the developers that, not like, and it's a beta, guys. beta.
That's the other thing. Do people not get it through their heads? They're betas. They are not the full game release. Hell, even full game releases get a patch day 1 because there's so much going on. Like, a game like this, you are able to destroy things. The map was huge.
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
If you actually, like, pulled out. And it looked
That's
like
what
there
she
was even
said.
more than what we couldn't see. So... When it comes to, you know, the mechanics and whether or not the game was going to be broken, there was details. There was, you know, enough gameplay to keep somebody going for quite a while. And bringing your friends in, you can drive helicopters, planes, everything. Like, there's so much to this game. And just to go in with hate when it was
were you
only
gonna
a
say, Noof?
beta.
I was just gonna say I'm jealous because you guys did get to play it. I wanted to play it, but I guess I got on the registration bandwagon too far away. But I did get to watch quite a bit of video on the game, and it looks pretty impressive. And I think one thing that people have to keep in mind, like you say, it is a beta, so it's obviously not the finished product. And also the scale of this type of game now is much larger than previous Ghost Recon games, where you're having a wide open map, which means a lot more textures, a lot more objects. You know, the draw distance and the animation has to be smooth. And the Ghost Recon game is not going to be good if it's not fairly smooth. I'm confident it's going to be a good game because I've liked all of the games in the series so far. Although this one, kind of just looking at the video, kind of reminds me a little bit more of the last couple of SOCOM games that came out. But overall, it looks good. And I hope that you know, I hope it plays well, and most importantly, I hope it doesn't have like enemies that have like level systems like the Division, which I don't think it does. And you guys can confirm that for me, because I don't want any RPG shit. I want customization, but I don't want leveling up stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how they keep players engaged, though, is by giving a level base. So you have something to work towards instead of just like, we don't know if there's actually going to be levels, and like if you get to level your character.
No, there was actually like 3 and 4 star. Like,
Oh yeah, because you got ranked, because it would come up and say like you are now.
I don't know if that's like a gear level, like you need like special weapons to like be able to do the damage you need to kill these guys, or what the case may be. But like I said, I don't know too much about it, so I'm not gonna be like.
Did anyone in the audience play Ghost Recon? If so, call into Skype at Console Corner to give us your opinions, or if you even have questions.
But I don't want to walk into a village and have to empty like 3 clips on a guy and can't drop him because he has apparently some level above his head, and it's like,
no, there was none of that.
Weapon to do. Like that kind of shit bugs the crap out of me. But it's going to be a great game. I mean, the best thing about this game overall, again, it is co-op, and that's something that has my attention immediately.
I can also see this game doing like what you see with like GTA 5 and all that stuff. Like I could see this being a really big like streamer type game where they're going out and just like destroying stuff and doing some crazy things with vehicles and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, true.
I could definitely see this, you know, taking off in that aspect as well. Thanks for calling into the Console Corner. What is your name and what is your comment or question?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Predator. What's up?
What's up, Predator?
What's up, Predator?
I figured you'd be
You
calling.
guys
on
knew
this
y'all were
subject,
going to
bro.
talk about some Ghost Recon without me chiming in.
I know, bro.
True.
I will say I did love the demo. You know, and like SheWulf said, it is an alpha or a beta. We really have no idea what stage of the game we're playing right now.
Yep.
There were some things I like, and being a hardcore Ghost Recon fan, there were some things I just did not like at all. I love the environments and the open world setup of the game, but some of the gameplay, it wasn't really, you know, it's like they took the Ghost Recon out of Ghost Recon, if that makes any sense. There's really no stealth involved in it. You can just run and gun if you really wanted to. I didn't like that aspect of it. I did like the 4-play co-op. When you play with friends, it's really fun.
Yep.
Playing by yourself is not as fun.
I agree.
So that's something they got to work on. I didn't like it. I thought it was weird they had such a huge map, and the environments of the game are going to be really, really large, and they limit you to only 4 players.
That's a good point.
That's a really good point.
Previous Ghost Recons were like, you know, I think you could play at least up to 8 people co-op. And also there's no PvP right now. I don't know. They haven't really commented on if they're going to do a PvP or not. And that's what a lot of Ghost Recon fans enjoyed back in the day was the PvP. And for you to have a map, a world this size and not even have PvP, I think that's kind of disappointing.
I agree. I totally 100% agree with everything you said, Predator.
Yeah, it is weird. If they do that, it's gonna feel like the Division with the Dark Zone again, and we don't want that.
Well, I mean, we don't know
Another
if they
thing
have
I look
PvP.
back at, like, what are you going to do after the game ends? You know, I mean, those maps, those missions and stuff, they're pretty simple. Even on the hardest mode, they seem pretty simple.
Mhm.
I know some of the level, the area that we're in was like one of the lowest ranking levels you could play in the
it's like
game.
beginner.
So I'm sure the enemies get tougher. But when the game ends, for a 4-player co-op, it's not even like the Division where you're grinding to get more gear. There's really not much else to do unless they come up with other game modes for the game.
Or add more content, DLC, stuff like that.
Correct.
So there's not variety after you complete.
They haven't really talked about any of that either. Like, so.
No.
And
They
it's supposed
need
to be
to
coming
have
out pretty
that.
soon, huh?
They need to have that PvP because I remember playing Ghost Recon with Future Soldier. I was playing multiplayer on that and stuff against people a lot. So yeah.
Cool.
That is true. Definitely.
Well, and I don't know if everybody agrees or not, but for me personally, like I don't think I'll be picking this up day one. I wanna kind of wait it out and see what happens in the first couple of weeks after it comes out. Just because of what happened with the Division last year, I'm really hesitant about these Ubisoft co-op experiences.
No, I think that's
Yeah.
a fair point, man. Like,
Ubisoft is kind of let down in just more than one way.
I think
We
everybody's
have
like gun shy with
Assassin's
it.
Creed Unity, we have The Division, and now Ghost Recon is coming out. Like, they have given quite a few letdowns, so don't blame
Although
anybody.
I will
hope
say,
it's okay.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate I thought was pretty awesome.
I agree. Syndicate was awesome. I love Syndicate.
It just didn't really get much love in the media.
Well,
That's
after
'cause of Unity.
Assassin's Creed, yeah, I was gonna say after Unity, they
so
they
cheap.
kind of come on, you either fell through the freaking earth or people had no faces. Like, yeah, there was way too many
No
problems with
faces.
that game.
It was a horror game in disguise. You just didn't know.
Yeah, it
I
was.
appreciate you calling, Predator.
Thanks
Love
for
you,
calling,
man.
Fred, and
All right.
love your
Thanks,
thoughts and
man.
opinions.
Be safe.
Be safe, bro.
But yeah, like the game looks better than I guess what I remember Ghost Recon Future Soldier. So it does look better in that aspect. It's just the big open world is kind of scary, I guess, because it looks like I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. And I guess since it reminds me of the Division felt a little bit better because it was buildings and stuff around you. I kind of like that city view compared to like a mountain open world like forest
it's
and all
huge.
that. Yeah, that's a bit like I guess intimidating.
It's kind of like
I
that
guess,
with
for
like The
me.
Witcher too, like The Witcher 3, where it's just so vast and huge. Like you almost don't want to do anything because it's just so overwhelming.
Yeah, exactly. That's the feeling that I'm getting when I was watching you guys play.
You guys
I mean,
have
it
been
looks
stuck
fun.
in the cities too long. I really like the fact
She
that
was
it's
like, y'all suck.
well, it's good. Well,
I
I don't know.
I
If
love
maybe it's
city
because
stuff,
like it's
but yeah.
where I grew up. Like Ghost Recon is literally like the style of where I grew up. Was that like
You
kind
were
of
walking
scenery.
around like soldiers and shooting people.
Well,
and
no, not like that. I'm talking,
Yeah.
I just said the scenery.
stuff? You know I gotta twist it around here.
Of
Come on.
course.
No, but it's cool with the vehicles and stuff. I wish the Division had that. I would have played it a little bit more. But it's cool when you guys were getting on vehicles and driving and the motorcycles and all that. That was cool. I wish
Yeah, it was fun.
I
Good
could
times.
use those things in other games.
I agree.
But yeah.
Anybody else want to talk about Ghost Recon before we move on?
Yeah, you think since this comes out March 7th, right?
Yeah, somewhere in there. It's like around like
Yeah.
where Mass Effect and all them are coming out.
Right. Do you think they're going to do another beta weekend just before launch? Because what most people don't understand about like the whole beta process, they're only releasing like a small portion of the game because that's where they feel they need to do the biggest.
What's up, everybody? It's the Crap Gamer on the console corner. What's going on, bro?
Dun, dun, dun.
What's up, guys? How you
Dun-dun-dun.
guys doing?
Good,
I have a couple quick questions.
If any
What
of
do you
these
guys think
questions
about,
are going to be like your comments in the chat, I'm going to like end your call now.
No, those are just for entertainment purposes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I'm an entertainer, folks. Yeah. So anyway, what is your guys' thoughts on Microsoft? The way they kind of have these lackluster announcements now, it seems like they're more obsessed with getting out like cheesy, different colored controllers, and
I like
they're
my
like
controllers, bro.
It's like a free fucking phone game that like, okay, like it's a game that literally anybody with an iPhone or an Android could have played, and now like I don't see the big deal with that. I think it's like a shit announcement. Like they hype up these things, and then they're like, here's the strawberry shortcake controller, and here's the,
The
the
strawberry
shit brown controller with cornflakes in there. You know, you can see the corn There it is. It's lovely. You know, it's like they got everybody in Microsoft hawking these damn things like every week.
Yeah.
And I kid you not. Somebody pointed this out to me. They're like, why the fuck is Microsoft employees hawking these things nonstop? And I was like, I didn't really notice. And then after I got told that, I noticed it. You'll see all the employees. Look at this lovely new controller. Blah, blah, blah. It's fucking amazing. It's blue. You know what I mean? Like, come on, it's fucking controllers.
Now that you say that, you're right.
I'm actually going to throw this one in there. You know, back when the Xbox One first came out, everybody kept like, well, no, actually it was obviously a little bit after when I think it was the Forza controller came out. Everybody said that they wanted customized controllers, just controllers that they could buy. Everybody was all about, oh my god, we want custom controllers.
They do that. They have that in the design labs.
But they wanted custom ones. Now they're getting like all these like custom looking controllers. It seems like when people complain, Microsoft seems to take it like that much farther and just gives us like nonstop. Like, no, let me prove right now. The One S, everybody kept saying, we wanted more colors. We wanted more colors. Guess what? We've had blue. We've had green. We've had gray. We've had black. We've had white. We've had, like, there's literally so many different colors of the S now that...
And the Gears custom.
The Gears, like, my point is there's so many of them. It seems that, like, they listen to us. That's great. But
They go
stop.
too far in one way.
Once you get to a point, stop.
To Crap's point, I think I like the controllers. I'm happy with like as many controllers I got, but I wish, and I said this when we were talking about like Recore, like when we were talking about like the whole like marketing and stuff. Take all that crap and build up some of these other IPs and hype up that shit, because that's what I care about mostly. Like as gamers, like we want to fucking play video games. That's what I care about, and that's what I want to see them push.
Yeah.
I would like to see actual game controllers come out, not just like blue or just like not red.
Crap doesn't
or
want any
just
more controllers.
Well, now here's a thought. What if all
It's
these
custom-
different
these things are
controllers
controllers.
and, you know, different colored hardware, what if they're pushing these out there right now because all the profits that they take in from it helps them to build those games and to build up those studios?
I mean, that's a good point. How much are they making
What
though?
studios? They're 5 studios.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, I'm all right
like,
with some
okay.
of the, I'm all right with some of the crappy announcements like the Fallout Shelter, as long as they're holding on to their big guns for E3 when it really matters.
But
If we get some huge announcements,
okay, I've heard some of the announcements that are possibly coming for E3, and they are pretty cool. But the bottom line is, they're probably running out of second-party developers to work with. I mean, Remedy obviously isn't going to work with them anymore on exclusives. Platinum
not.
Games isn't working with them for any more exclusives.
They got
You've got,
Insomniac,
and I'm
maybe?
complaining about Microsoft on your guys' channel. That way, like the majority of my fans don't see this shit. You know, then I get less flack. Like
Great.
gamers turning pony on
Are
us.
you saying that we don't get many people that watch us?
Oh, he's
Oh no! I'm not. No. Wow, she turned that around on
She
me.
did
big
turn it
time.
around.
No, no,
She's
no,
been
no,
doing
no.
that tonight, bro. She's been doing
you
that.
walked right into that.
But no, listen. It's like their last few announcements have been so underwhelming. It's like I don't even get excited. You know, when like
Are they waiting for E3 though? I mean, I know you said to
Yeah,
your
but
point, but
he makes a good point though. Why is Xbox promoting the phone game when they should be promoting
because it's
games?
from Bethesda, it's Fallout, and it's got
Because
Fallout in it.
play anywhere, guys. That's
And
their
it's
new
play
narrative.
anywhere.
Like
Yeah.
seriously, that's the narrative. Play anywhere, the narrative. Microsoft, yes. Like anything that's play
But
anywhere,
technically,
they're going to
to
promote.
Crap's point though,
And
like
it's unfortunate.
the Fallout game there, the Fallout Shelter though, was actually already play anywhere on phones and everything. You could literally play it anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like Hellhammer was trolling me all day. He's like, "You play that new Xbox exclusive Fallout Shelter?" I was like, "God, come on."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't give a shit about that game. I want to, you know, it's like I'm excited about the games that are coming out this year. But do you guys remember when the Xbox One launched? And most people remember the big AAAs. It was Rise.
Yep.
It was Forza 5. It was Dead Rising 3. It was Killer Instinct.
Sunset.
Well,
No.
Sunset
At
came out
Oh, it came out
a bit
after.
later.
Yeah, after.
Titanfall was closer to
then
the
a
launch
couple,
release.
yeah, and then a couple months later was Titanfall. But
Yeah.
they also had stuff like Crimson Dragon, that golf game, Max: The Curse of the Brotherhood. Now, Loco Cycle. Right now, two of those studios they don't even have
Loco
anymore.
Cycle.
So crap. Do you want to see more indies from Xbox? Is that what you're saying?
No, those aren't indies though. Microsoft owned those studios, but they made like the AA quality games, and then they get rid of them. You know,
That is
like that's
true.
the problem I have. A lot of people have a big problem with some of the other studio closings, like Lionhead. Like they've shut down everything. The Xbox Fitness ones, they've shut down the Project Spark ones. It is a little bit concerning because
that's what I'm
you shut
worried
down
too.
so many, and then you
Well,
have nothing taking the place.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, crap, because like Phil's come out and said, he's gonna have more first party and all that kind of stuff coming out this year, but like from who?
How can you?
Yeah, like from who?
Yeah,
Where's it coming from?
He does consider second party to be first party if they're on the IP.
Yeah.
So I get
I
that.
mean, that's fine.
But yeah, I mean that's fine. But it's like I don't know, like there's people
do
that
phone
I
apps
know
count as
that
like
are-
first party games? Because if so, then I guess he's
Apparently.
keeping to his word.
Well, listen. Here's the thing. There's some people I know that are big Xbox fans, and behind the scenes, they're like, "Yo, man, crap. I don't know. It's like Microsoft scares me because when you they've cut their first party studios down 75% this generation from what they had when they entered.
Mhm.
So that's not good. I just think that that's not a good look. People like stability. It's like Sony's gonna put stuff out eventually. They might not get around to it the first few years. But then they're going to start to come into their own, and Microsoft really seemed to start off
years
strong.
And they still brought a game out. So
yeah, and Microsoft started off strong. And look, there is the perception that Sony's releasing a shit ton of stuff, even though a lot of it's like this less than expensive like Japanese made games that are catered to that audience, right? And they're third party. And Sony's not paying anything extra for them, but people are giving Sony credit for like having these games. And I can see that, but they aren't really paying for these or development of any of these. They're just Japanese developers that realize if they put them on the PS4, they can sell
a lot
in
more.
Japan,
yeah.
and they can also have a chance to sell a little bit over here, and they're inexpensive to make.
I agree.
That is true.
Yeah. So
Well,
I was just ranting a little bit.
I always say that.
When they go back to the controllers, Microsoft makes a half decent coin on the controllers, and it doesn't really cost them much at the end of the day to basically put a different colored shell on it. So I mean,
but shouldn't they be hyping us a little bit? We're getting closer to E3 or a possible Scorpio reveal. Maybe show us a bit of gameplay for something, a teaser for something. I don't know, something. I get it. Like I wasn't like jump on the bandwagon for.
Didn't that start around like last year, like around March?
We're in February now.
Didn't that start though, like around March last year? Like it was starting to like with the Quantum Break and all that kind of stuff.
Hard to remember because I remember something different when Quantum Break was getting hyped.
Oh yeah, I know. I know.
But they still, but
too hyped
in
about
reality,
that.
I wasn't trying to bring that up, bro.
It's possible.
but in reality, in the next couple of months, really, what are they releasing that is just Xbox exclusive?
Halo Wars.
But they're still not even really hyping that one to.
No. And that's been
Yeah,
pissing
there's
me
no
off lately
marketing
with
on that.
freaking
I mean,
Recore and all this other stuff. They're just not marketing these damn games, which is like ridiculous.
Well, they
to
have
me.
their own bundle, but yeah, they're not hyping it like how they did, obviously, Halo and Gears and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there's not
Well,
even.
I know I'm like taking up a lot of your guys' time and stuff, but real quick, also, supposedly this Phantom Dust game and Voodoo Vince are coming before E3.
Yeah.
Which is only a few months from now, or a handful of months from now, and we have no release date, no nothing. You know what I mean? Like they're not
Phil
hyping.
said he was playing Voodoo Vince today, so.
Ooh, I mean, Phil said.
No, you're right, crap. I would like to see a lot more about those two games. If they're supposed to be coming out before
Yeah.
E3, then yeah, we're like what, down to like 4 months before E3. Come on, let's get a teaser trailer out there at
where's
least.
anything? I mean, look.
I want to know where the hell Cuphead is.
Crash Bandicoot got more freaking screen time than.
Yes. There you go, GKB. That's what I'm talking about. I could almost do a morning show with you guys. I mean, come on. But anyway, like, what's so funny is, where's the hype for these things, right? IGN, GameSpot, right now, they did gameplay and hype for Gravity Rush 2. Ain't nobody playing that shit or buying that shit.
No, even Neo.
Ain't nobody gonna play or buy that shit. I mean, a few people. That Yakuza 2 or 0 or whatever. Ain't nobody gonna
but they
play
would've
that
done
shit.
that
But they're still
regardless.
doing videos. What's that?
I think they would have done that regardless. I mean, we know that they prefer PlayStation, so obviously they're gonna go out of their way to do that.
Yeah,
And I agree with you guys that I want to see Microsoft like hype stuff up, but I don't want to see it until E3. Like I don't like getting leaks and stuff like that. So in a way, I know there's stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know, but I'd rather wait.
there, though?
But I mean, you
give us a teaser.
Well,
give us
I mean,
something.
yeah, I do want to see something to hype it up, but I don't want to see
look,
like all the games
Foxy,
and the
Foxy,
system
See,
and everything.
technically, if we know things are coming, then they wouldn't really be leaks. They could still show us something to actually, especially with the fact that we have had a couple of letdowns from Microsoft recently. It would
What if
just
they're
be
saving
more-
everything for the Scorpio review?
That's what I think. I think Microsoft is tired of everything getting shit on. They send out to different outlets, and they're just going to wait for the Scorpio to come out and then be like, haha, go ahead and shit on this native 4K game.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
they could be just doing that, saving it for the Scorpio review. Because I think everybody is on the consensus of it. They're going to have it before E3. So maybe showing stuff there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the game plan is. But
It's the calm before the storm, baby. Get ready. Shit's gonna blow.
I mean, they have to show some
and
big
then
ass shit.
if they don't, then guess what? You all just pretty much can stick your fist in your mouth because.
Oh wow!
I'm glad you
Yeah.
said it in your mouth.
You were just. She is on a tear tonight.
Well,
Just be
it's
like,
the truth, though.
Listen,
because
listen.
we're all
I just want to say,
hoping.
look, we know Crackdown 3 is coming, but we haven't seen shit from it in
nope.
what, a year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not give us a teaser on that? We know that's supposed to come.
Where's our beta?
They've said it could be out before a holiday.
Yeah, where's the
So
beta?
I realize they're gonna have some stage demo, but why not do like a minute and show some gameplay or something?
Well,
fucking something.
I
You know,
agree,
with that, it's even Sea of Thieves. You know, we keep hearing about this beta. Yes, Sea of Thieves themselves
the game that must not
have
be talked about.
actually, yes, but, Sea of Thieves have been putting out, like, little things here and there from themselves. But Microsoft isn't actually promoting them and I don't see, like, you know how usually when you're watching YouTube videos, you do see
People
a
are
lot
gonna
of, like,
love Sea of
trailers
Thieves,
and
I can
stuff
tell
like
you right
that?
now.
They probably will, but you don't even see much of like trailers and stuff around. You see a lot more Sony trailers of games that aren't coming out till like next year or possibly the year after than you do of games that, they should be promoting, like
That's
that
weird.
Xbox should be promoting, and
I
they're
think
not.
I think they might be just saving it for the Scorpio, and then maybe after that it's going to be a media blitz. I don't know. I really don't know what their deal is.
I mean, I understand where you guys are coming from, and you have some good points. I just don't want to see everything right now and then see it again at E3. But
agree.
I mean, a hype train should be starting, so I agree with that.
Exactly. Like there should be some kind of hype going on right now. Something, maybe confirm 100% that, like what I heard, that there's going to be old IP or two brought back. That's going to get people talking because there's a ton that they own. Like, yeah, perhaps it's Fable and Perfect Dark, but people are going to guess other things too. It's going to get people talking.
They can hype things without officially showing anything. Like, let's
Right.
be honest. There's so
Exactly.
many ways to market things nowadays. Like,
They're
use your
leaks.
imagination.
Well,
aren't
just
really
look
leaks.
it back to when Phill wore the Battletoads shirt at E3. Like, that hyped Battletoads up for a year, and we still haven't heard anything about that.
No, we heard from it. They put Battletoads in Shovel Knight, and they put
And
a
Killer
Battletoad in
Instinct.
Killer Instinct.
Yeah. They didn't say
Well,
it was
I
a big
mean,
game.
I
They
wanna
never
do
said they
Battletoads.
were bringing a game, though.
yeah.
I mean, awesome, right? Come on.
I agree, man. They need to turn this around for sure.
Yeah, let's get some shit going, right? Let's get some damn
Absolutely.
hype
Damn.
going.
Let's go.
I'm like depressed right now. Crap, we should go away now.
All right. Man.
Oh,
I
she
guess
just
I'll
kicked
go
you
away.
off.
No,
Oh.
Yeah.
We
you
like
banned. You banned.
Let's hype those colors.
There's
because
obviously
for a
some
while there, I was
concern, a little bit of concern.
I
I
agree.
think,
Uh,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
But you guys are
But
great.
those controllers, though, am I right?
Yeah, herpes. We got herpes red this week and blueberry muffin. So
Blueberry
that's cool.
muffin?
Yeah, I'm really excited for those.
Blueberry
Awesome.
muffin.
Like I can't wait to get them.
I
I
like
just
blueberry
I love them.
muffins.
Hey, crap.
I already got like 8 controllers. Like I don't really want any more. I don't care what color they are. So
okay,
yeah.
thanks for
I
coming,
already
Crap.
got
We
these
really
leads.
appreciate it. Have a great night.
Oh, dang.
Play music at the end of your awards acceptance speech.
Crap, I was going to say, I think for a while there, Phil Spencer must have hired a guy from Skittles to do the marketing department.
Alrighty, so now, guys, it is that time for Foxy Deals.
Oh, we're gonna. SheWulf's like.
Oh, okay.
SheWulf's cracking the whip right now.
He's like,
Oh,
they hung
yeah.
up
She's
on
like,
me.
stop talking.
It wasn't me, Crap.
It's
I
not
swear.
they. She.
That wasn't a fucking rant.
All right, let's go ahead and get into Foxy Deal.
Hey, that's a steal. It's Foxy Deals.
I think so.
Take it away, Fox.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to share with you guys the foxiest and the best deals that I can find online. So listen up, and also don't forget that I will be posting these on Twitter in case you want some more information about it. Alright, the first one would be on Xbox One deals with gold, and they have Call of Duty Black Ops 3. They have 2 SKUs, one is 36 and one is 60. They also have a Rainbow Six Siege, and that's 3 different SKUs, 25, 56, and 67. And obviously, you guys should check it out if you enjoyed the free weekend that just had. They also have another Call of Duty bundle, but this one is with Infinite Warfare and Destiny. That one's $60, and I believe that Destiny comes with everything. They also have another one with Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare, and Destiny, and that one is $77. If you're interested in that. And also a little throwback. They have Castlevania. I forgot the name of it, but it was the first Castlevania. It was on the 360 and is backwards compatible, and that is $4 if you're interested in some old school gaming. Over on the PlayStation discounts, they have Rainbow Six Siege as well, and that one is $30 and $64. So they have 2 different SKUs of those. They also have FarCry. That's right, FarCry Primal. Chicken scratch. That's what I should have just said that. No. FarCry Primal. That one's $20 over on PlayStation. And they have Naruto. Oh wow, the name of this Naruto game. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4.
That's pretty good.
Okay. And they have the deluxe and the standard, and both of those are $24 and $40 if you guys are interested. And the last one would be UFC 2. That one is $13.20. So if you guys want to check those out, those are on the PlayStation. The other ones were on Xbox One. Over on Amazon, this one is pretty amazing, and I might want to pick this one up. It's Recore Collector's Edition, $65.59. So that comes with the statue for Recore on Amazon.com. What else? They have BioShock Remastered for Xbox One, and that one is $34.49. And at Best Buy, they have it as well for $35. But I think you could get it cheaper with Gamers Club Unlocked, so it might drop down to $30. But I'm not 100% sure about that. That's just me guessing.
Going to McDonald's, it better be to get me an ice cream.
Bullshit.
I want ice cream.
I'm getting out of here before I get your freaking hammer over here.
What?
Anyway, sorry.
Sorry.
So fuck? You guys are so... Oh my god. We gotta talk after the show. You guys are in trouble now. No, I'm kidding. So if you guys want to pick up The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, the complete edition, this one is for PlayStation. That's $35. For the Xbox One, it's $34.75. If you guys are interested in that. That was Witcher, and all of these so far are on Amazon, by the way. They also have Dead Rising 4. That one's $40. And of course, Halo 5, they have that for $20.46. And let me do the last one, because I could keep going. I have way more deals, people. But I'm going to, slow it down a little bit. Let me pick one of my favorites. Gears of War Ultimate Edition at Best Buy for $17. Pick that shit up. That game is amazing.
Nice.
Obviously, I'm playing Gears 4, but Ultimate Edition is one of the best remasters. I'm just saying.
I agree.
So yeah, go on my Twitter at Lady Foxfire. I believe they're gonna have my name on the description if you guys want to see that. And I will be posting all of these and some more that I didn't mention. So go to my Twitter after the show, and I'll be sharing that with you guys. Back to you.
Yay! That's awesome. Foxy deals. Love Foxy deals. All right, so
I think I drank too much Red Bull. I'm just saying.
Nice. We're going to go ahead and get into the last topic of the show, and then we're going to get some questions, and that is Ghost Warrior Sniper something 3.
Oh, no.
No, it's called
might
Sniper
as
Ghost
well-
Warrior
Most
3.
anticipated game of this year. I can't wait.
Might as well just call
Absolutely.
it the hater of friggin' Xbox gamers.
Aw.
For real.
Right?
Yes.
real.
Well,
So they're doing some weirdly crappy, unconsumer, ungamer crap with their DLC. Pretty much pandering to the market share. And I mean, they're a business. They can do whatever they want to. Like, who are we? But I think it's really shitty. But before we get into that, I guess we should talk a little bit about the game before we absolutely go nuts on this other part here.
Okay, you played it.
So yeah, I played the beta. I did a video of my gameplay. It's on the PC. I thought the graphics were crap. There was definitely performance issues. To be fair, though, it is a beta. That stuff could be, worked out before the final game. I thought the gameplay was good, though. I think the shooting mechanics, movement, the clambering around, climbing up stuff, it was fine. I did like the sniper. If you're really into like sniping and all that kind of stuff where you can adjust the elevation and distance and stuff, just like regular snipers do, I thought it was really cool. Other than that, though, it's really a mediocre game at best, and I'm really hard pressed to find anything that's worth $60 in this game, to be honest with you. And that's why I was actually going to do like a whole impressions thing on the video I did with the gameplay, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted people to see it, get your own thoughts on it and stuff like that, and that's what I did. So yeah, what does everybody think?
Oh man. It looked pretty boring. That's the sad part. That I had to push through your video. No offense to you.
No, it's okay.
It was all the game's problem, but it was pretty sad that it was kind of boring. I mean, I don't want to compare it to another awesome sniper game that I know, but
I think Sniper Elite 4 is the much better game to buy.
I will.
What are your thoughts, Phantom?
I watched gameplay. I watched other people play. I didn't get into the beta because, one, I've never even heard of Sniper Ghost Warrior 1 or 2. So it wasn't on my radar. Elite Sniper, I played that from the first and waiting for the next installment. And what I've seen from this is them take a lot of elements from that game and introduce it into this one with like the headshot mechanic where it follows the bullet to your target. It's like, okay, we've seen that before. It wasn't really anything new and exciting in that. The drone thing is kind of neat, but if you're into sniping games, I love the mechanics where you can adjust your trajectory for the bullet drop or the wind, which way it's blowing and stuff like that. Because that's what makes a sniper game. And if you're not into, crawling for, 5 minutes through the bush to set up your shot, then it's probably not going to be a fast action-paced game for you. For me, I don't mind sitting in the dirt waiting for my shot because I want that bullet cam. That's what I play Sniper Elite for, is that bullet cam.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the best feeling in the world when you're like, okay, I think I got it. The bullet's released, and you just get to watch it cross the entire map and smash that guy in the face. So this game, underwhelming to me.
Yeah.
And I can't find any positives for it other than, I guess, it does okay because they have 3 of them out now, or 3 of them going to be out. So, I mean, that's all I got to say about that.
Cool. Sorry, I had to take care of a moron in chat, so.
I'll be perfectly honest. I haven't watched anything about this game. What was it? A month or 2 ago, they had that one developer that was, calling the Xbox One an X-Bone and saying that there was no HDR. Xbox One doesn't support that, and he obviously wasn't pretty educated. And now for this whole pre-order policy that they're coming out with, the fact that they're, if you're going to give the season pass to PS4 owners to pre-order the game, that's all right with me. That's clearly a marketing deal where you're getting paid something by Sony. But if you're giving the season pass to both PC and PS4 players that pre-order the game, but you're not giving that option to Xbox One players, clearly you are segregating the player base based on what they play on and what hardware they choose. And to me, that is not something that a developer should be doing anymore. So I'm just 100% boycotting this game. I'm not watching anything about it. Sorry, GKB, I'm not going to watch your gameplay video. But I'm not interested in buying this game. I'm not interested in seeing anything about this game. Just the way that they're treating Xbox One owners makes me want to treat them the exact same. If you want to ignore me, I'm going to ignore you, and thank you and have a nice day.
Yeah, I mean, like, what, is our money not as green as somebody else's? Like, I don't really understand their whole thing besides, pandering to, the market leader. It is all I can think of why they were doing it. And yeah, I kind of agree with what Predator's saying in there is like, maybe Xbox should, ban their game from coming on the Xbox for this kind of practice. But like, I don't foresee like Phill being on board with this kind of thing where they're giving it to other gamers and not him, or not, the Xbox guys. Like, I don't understand that at all. And I don't think he would stand for that. So I would like to really, I know Phil's not, but I would like to hear like what his thoughts on it were.
And that's
and in Phil's position, you don't want to burn that bridge because you don't know. Maybe they're going to come out with the game of the year in another year or two. Yeah. I don't think so, but you don't know what's going to happen in the future.
But that is a big, that's a big thing, getting like the season pass. Like, that's usually close to between $40 to $60, and they're going to give it for pre-order bonus only to PC and PlayStation. Like, that is more than just like a piece of armor that you get or a weapon that you may get. That is a big difference. And to leave out the Xbox, there has to be like some form of actual hatred somewhere, or like some major disagreement with Microsoft and this company, because that is technically, like, that is a big deal to gamers when it comes down to it.
And that's just it. That's what I don't get, because they've come out and basically said they haven't signed any exclusive deal with Sony or whatnot, which is kind of baffling. So they're making the choice to do this on their own, and it's really anti-gamer. And the second thing is, who are they? I mean, this is not even a big company. This is not Capcom we're talking about here, who's doing this stuff. This is a company that, has a franchise that sold well enough, I guess, to warrant 3 sequels, but they're not exactly award-winning freaking games here. Like, who are they to come out and kind of spit on the Xbox fans and a console in general? Like who are they? If Capcom did something like this, where, I don't know, I guess you could warrant it a little bit more, even though, no, it's not warranted at all, but I just don't get this move. It's just dumb on a business aspect, and I somehow suspect that a lot of people working for that company are probably like PlayStation fanboys at heart, and it's just like taking a jab in a sort of non-professional way. And I got a feeling Phil's going to step his foot down here, and he's going to definitely look into it and try to figure out what the hell is up with these guys.
Well, really, when it comes down to it, it's the developers that's going to lose out, because I could see Xbox gamers just go with Sniper Elite 3 instead of 4. Instead of actually, going for this other game, because they're supposed to be releasing in close range of each other, and the fact of, they are pointing out directly to Xbox fans, hey, you guys are not as important as other gamers, they're not going to buy this game. No. At least anybody of smart,
I think a lot of people will take the stance of like what Mike is you're pretty much boycotting at this point. Like, treating us like second-class citizens is not cool by any stretch of the imagination. And if Microsoft did it, I would say the same thing on them. Like, that's not a good practice, and I hope it doesn't catch on with any other developers, honestly.
Yeah, true, because I wasn't interested in this game at all, but like that didn't help, even for me wanting to like check it out or anything like that. So they fucked up, like, on their part, trying to win me over to buy their game. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel that way, obviously. So,
and also want to sell as many games as they can. So obviously this is really going to hurt their sales on the Xbox. Period. So that they may have just killed. 200,000 sales right there alone. You know what I mean? Like what are they doing? Like, if you're a financier who's backing these guys with money, I'd be like, guys,
what are you doing?
Well, and even if I was a PS4 gamer and I saw a game was giving the entire season pass as a pre-order bonus, that to me just makes me think like, oh, this game must be pretty shitty if they're giving the season pass, which is the reason why you don't sell your game back to GameStop when you buy the game and beat it. If they're giving you the full season pass as a pre-order incentive, they must not be banking on this game having legs right out of the gate.
That's a good point.
The other thing, too, is what's included in the season pass. All I've heard is maybe a couple extra maps.
Yeah, I haven't heard much.
And and they're also giving it to the PC as
take it away. Like, okay, so maybe you're trying to appeal more to, trying to get them PC players, or maybe you're trying to take the anime away and trying to bring in a shooter to to PlayStation. Okay, I get it. But do you not think that you're offending the shooter-based players on Xbox because you're not giving them that? It just makes no sense, no matter how you look at their logic to how they're trying to make it sound right in their heads. It just... no matter which angle you look at it, it's just stupid.
Do you guys think that any PlayStation fans will actually buy extra copies of this game because they're basically spitting on Microsoft?
I don't think a lot of people are going to buy this game anyway.
Right.
So
I think their strategy would have made more sense if they said the PlayStation version is going to get the season pass on this.
Yeah.
And that was it. But because they threw the PC side in it too, now you're singling out the other gamers out there and saying you're not good enough for this as well.
Yeah, you're second-class citizen. Sorry.
Right. And so I think that's where they fail in that. Now, if it came up where PC only is going to get the season pass because they want to build up their market share with the PC, and they know that their fan base in console isn't that strong, so they're going to give more to their bigger base. But this saying, okay, PlayStation and PC makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, but if they want to give more to the bigger base, then what are they losing by giving that same thing to the smaller base? It just, to me, it seems like more of a slight towards the Xbox One than it does towards any sort of a marketing campaign where they're trying to get people interested in this game.
Yeah.
And then again, like I said, the guy has called the Xbox the X-Bone numerous times. They tried to deny there was no HDR coming to the version, and now this. So there's a little bit of a vendetta going on here, guys. Something's definitely not right, and it doesn't bode well for that developer, and it's certainly not good for relations between them and Microsoft moving forward, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, too.
Cool. I think we talked that one to death. Stop with your shit practices, guys, from Sniper Ghost Warrior. Not cool. Let's go ahead and get into some questions. What do we got, SheWulf?
We have one from Philip says, have you seen the... Wait, I guess maybe that's just reflecting on the same game. Have you seen the game? The graphics are crap and the... Yeah, so that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, we've also... we have seen the game and
played it on the PC and everything.
Yeah, we all agree. It's complete crap and... other than that, I haven't actually seen any... questions. So throw us out your questions, guys, or call in your questions, whichever way you prefer. And
I'll call in. A ring. I got a question for you guys.
What's up?
So you think with Microsoft's and Xbox's marketing plan, they're holding off until after launch for that hype to die down and then full throttle from March to June for E3, because actually I believe next week is a live launch for
Halo Wars 2.
Yeah, which is going to be broadcast on everything from their YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Beam, your mama's pacemaker. I don't know. It's like, and I heard about it, and I'm all sweet. I'm all for it because they did it for Gears of War, but then I haven't heard anything since. So I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts on that? Are they waiting until after the big hype and then they're full throttle, full steam ahead?
So you're asking, like, are they waiting for like the Switch thing to die down and then going
the
full
Switch and whatever Sony's kind of doing right now, and then they're just getting everything, all their ducks in a line, basically?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I keep going back to they might be doing like a Scorpio launch event, and I think they're just holding off for that to have like their big like to-do and hurrah kind of thing, being like, here's the Scorpio. This is what it's going to do. Here's some badass games that you can probably play on it. I don't think they're going to show anything new, but they'll probably show some like updated games that are already out.
Or maybe they're just tired of all the leaks because, like, let's be honest, when E3 came, we all knew majority.
Yeah, but if they hold it off until E3, though, like, you think there's not going to be any leaks coming out? I don't know.
But that's my point. But my thing is, though, everybody, like, made this big fuss about how, like, oh, my God, we hate leaks. And then leaks came, and then we all knew what to expect for E3 because, well, the S and everything else like that, we already had leaks of it. So what if they're actually literally just trying to keep everything quiet until E3 so that things don't get leaked like that and they can actually wow the gamers?
See, I think if they did an earlier event, though.
Well, we do know from the papers that Crap, showed us that there is some form of, like, the fan fest kind of thing.
Well, said like X Fest or some crap.
Yeah, some X Fest that is supposed to
Something's
be
happening.
coming. Something's supposed to be happening within the next couple months before E3.
I think they're holding off for that. That's what I think. I don't know, though. I don't work for Microsoft.
I think they're definitely keeping things close to the chest because we saw how deflated Sony's show became this year. Because people knew the Pro was coming, they kind of had an idea about it. So when they kind of finally unveiled it, it was just like, okay, especially with Microsoft dropping that big Scorpio news. I mean, that was kind of huge for them last year, and I think they really want to blow people away this year.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're trying to just get everything together.
You think they're also just doing it because of bias in the media? Because I think a lot of it, when Xbox One first came out, they were hyping it, and they got flack. It's leaning more one direction and away from Microsoft and all media outlets for game reviews or product reviews or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm in line with you there.
This might be, Phil Spencer's dig back at all these horrible reviews and uncalled for, no HDR support kind of comments from people.
I agree with you. I think that that's a very good point. With all the hate that the media has given towards the Xbox One in the past 4 years, maybe Microsoft just wants to not let the media get this information out, let the gamers see it for themselves and make their own decisions instead of letting the media put a spin on it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's possible.
Here's a question for Predator. Do you guys think Microsoft missed a good marketing opportunity by not advertising the Xbox during Super Bowl, considering Microsoft has a deal with the NFL?
Ooh.
Yes. They should have had a commercial.
Yeah.
However,
true.
they did show that Microsoft Pro. Surface Pro. The Surface Pro.
Yeah.
They showed the...
But they didn't show Xbox stuff.
No, but they showed the Microsoft Surface. They were using it up in the stands.
It cost a lot of money to advertise during the Super Bowl.
That's what I was going to say. My company, they put out a Super Bowl ad last year, and it cost us like $5 million for 30 seconds. This year,
God.
we did not put out any ads on the Super Bowl, but we did advertise on Super Bowl Sunday on the Walking Dead marathon that was going on.
Nice.
We put out a shit ton of ads for a lot less money. And I bet you that's probably going to get my company a little bit more interest than what was going to be one ad on the Super Bowl. So to me, I think it's really smart. Microsoft is holding on to that money and waiting until that Scorpio comes out. Push all of the marketing into that. Wait for the official announcement. Wait until we see what the hardware is, and then put all of the marketing force that Microsoft has behind that. That's what I think they should be doing.
And truthfully, the Super Bowl, their commercials were pretty crappy this year.
I go to the bathroom on the commercial break, so.
The other thing too about
I think we're getting inundated with Microsoft ads. It's going to be Scorpio this, Crackdown that, fucking Sea of Thieves. It's going to come at you fast and furious next fall, man.
Yeah, if not earlier.
I think if they had a prototype of whatever Scorpio is actually going to be and everything else, they would have had a commercial during Super Bowl, but they want to save that for everything else. But if they had already, put it out there, this is what it's going to look like or whatever, you would have seen, this big, crazy, amazing ad about Scorpio, because that's the next big thing from them.
Yep, I agree.
As far as like the NFL, they use the Surface tablets and, all that, and they've been using those. So for the ad that they used during the Super Bowl, that's pretty much their target audience right now.
Yeah, get them
with
Surface.
what they have.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good Microsoft's show is come E3, because the media is just going to evaluate the two shows, and they're going to give it to Sony again anyway. Sony won E3. Oh, let me guess. Sony's going to drop, hey, you can change your fucking gamer tag on the PlayStation, and that'll be the biggest goddamn news of the last 10 years. Like, that's how fucked up the media is, and drives me nuts.
Did you hear they have hard drive support now? External hard drive support.
Exactly. I'm over here throwing a party.
I mean, not to hate on PlayStation or nothing like that. I mean, that's good for any gamer, any platform, anywhere, extra storage. But I mean, as much as the media is hyping this up, like, oh, turbo boost. Shoot, my 486 DX2 had turbo mode. I mean, that's nothing extravagant. I just dated myself there. But, but I mean, the media is hyping it up like, oh my God, external hard drive support. Like Microsoft and PCs have never had that before.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
Cool.
Hey, we got time for one more question, or is it about that time?
We got a couple more. Go ahead.
All right, there was a question in the chat from Twos, and he said that with Microsoft getting into the VR game with the interactive narrative experience, there's a game I think called Starship Commander that may be coming to the Scorpio. Does anybody on the panel think that it's a good thing to get into a VR buy with Microsoft?
Ooh. That's a tough question, man.
Though, we'll see how VR is going, and Microsoft has pretty much already said, hey, we'll go with the third parties. Everyone else can focus on creating it, and we'll just, So I think what Microsoft is doing by simply just having the availability.
Scorpio's going to be VR ready.
Yes,
right.
With it being more focused on staying with what they're doing and just allowing someone else to work on the VR, I think it's a smart move for them.
That's the best route for sure. Like just saying, hey, it's VR ready and you can use Oculus Vive, whatever. I mean, hell, if even they say the PSVR you can use on it, who cares?
Yeah, like
even this like HP VR headset that's going to be hopefully a little bit cheaper than the Vive and the Oculus. Who knows? Are they still going to be selling the Oculus over this lawsuit that they just lost to Bethesda?
Yeah,
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But there's still other ones that have come out. So if they literally just have it VR ready and you can literally take a USB stick or something, plug it in, and you're ready to go, that Microsoft would be much smarter just to stay with that and not create one specifically just like Xbox or whatever. They should just stay away from it.
Well, they're doing the whole like PC, Xbox, we're all one big happy family. Why not have Oculus Rift and Vive support? Like that just makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that
phone ones,
if you want VR, if you want to experience VR, then wait until the Scorpio comes out if that's your platform of choice, and see what VR headsets it's going to support.
Yep.
Make a choice based off of the hardware specs and the price, and then enjoy that VR experience. For me,
and wait to see what games come to.
Well, having been gaming since the 80s, like I don't know, VR for me just seems like it's not there yet. I think GKB, you said you want that holodeck experience that we saw in the next generation. That's what I want too. I want to have like a fucking treadmill underneath me,
untethered,
and a headset, untethered. Like just let me run wild. That's not going to happen, I don't think, in my lifetime. If it does, I will die happy. But for me, the VR headset, like it's an addition. It's a peripheral. Don't think of it as more than that.
Yeah, also, like, go find, like, either Best Buy or somebody that's doing, like, demos of these headsets and stuff. Try it out for yourself before you even invest into that, because if you get sick or whatever, or you just don't like the experience at the end of the day, money on it to find out later.
Yeah, you don't know how your body is actually going to react to one of these, and everybody is different. You cannot go off of, say, a friend's experience. You cannot go off of a family member's experience. Something like this, you do have to go off of your own experience.
Get, like, one of the Google Cardboards and use your phone and just try it out. See if it's something you even like before you even invest. That's the best thing to do. Yeah,
try it. Don't buy it.
This question from Head Dog Productions. Would you like to see a PC mode on the Scorpio? I'm not sure what he's asking with PC mode.
Do you mean
I think that's what Scorpio gets already.
I was going to say, I thought it, like... See, there's, like, the Xbox mode on the PC where you can, like, pretty much
talking about, like, the game mode? Or
I don't know. Like, can you go into a little more details about...
Like, is he talking about, like, having sliders where you can control your visual experience where, like, move this slider up to get resolution, but then the slider that controls FPS goes down along with it? I don't know if I want to see that or not. I think I want to let the devs choose what they want their game to be displayed as.
Yeah, I mean, I like the choice, but yeah, I'd like the devs to make the best possible game they can in whatever their vision is, but I don't think... Like, console gamers are a weird one, like, to have all these options. Like, PC guys, they're totally used to it, but console guys, I don't know if you want to, like, slide for, like, different
I just want the game to be ready to go for me to play.
Well, I can see, like, one slider being, like, 60 FPS,
No,
higher
I don't
res,
wanna-
or just like in between, like good performance and
I
stuff
don't
like
want to
that.
have to sit there and be like, okay, let's see
That's what I'm
what's
saying.
gonna make this game look better. I don't fucking care. Just
I'm with GKB.
Options is good though. I like that.
I want to see an option where it's a 30 FPS mode where you get the highest settings
visuals,
possible,
yeah.
or a 60 FPS mode where it's going
But are
to
you
adjust
really
those
going
visuals
to want to
match
go
that.
in and change this all the time for each game?
Depends on the game.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I
do it
can
on
see
PC.
some games having that option and
But
some
that's
games not
PC.
even having it available, depending on what the developer chooses.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
like
pretty much
ultimately,
like
good.
HDR support. They could do something like that where if the
It's their
developer
own.
wants to implement it, they can. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
But
I think
Well,
at
and
least
do we
like
know
two
does-
options, like where high resolution, if you're into that kind of stuff, but better performance. Maybe even just two of those, and I'd be fine with that as well.
Now, Phantom brought up a good point. Does HDR support really impact the performance? Because we have HDR support on Xbox One S games right now,
I don't think.
and
it
I'm not
takes a hit
seeing
on
any.
it.
I'm not seeing any hit on the performance. I think that's just your television
Supporting the
capable of
colors.
receiving that signal and displaying it.
Yeah.
So
think that's all it is.
what I want to see is HDR support on the majority of games moving forward. I mean, now that I've gotten a taste of it, I want it on every game.
Mm-hmm. That was the biggest thing for me. Like, I could care less about the resolution and this resolution war kind of garbage. I thought HDR was the bigger sell for me, and 60 FPS. But
HDR and 60 FPS, like that is the bread and butter of what I want from this generation.
absolutely. So Dirty J has a question. Here's my question: do you think all developers will allow a 60 FPS option on the Scorpio games regardless of resolution? Kind of just touched on that. I would like to say yes. That should be a thing. I honestly wish all developers would just stop getting into the whole social media, gaming media garbage of resolution. Period. Build fantastic, really good games. High graphic fidelity. That doesn't mean resolution. That means textures, polygon count, all that kind of stuff. And hit that 60 FPS cap, and I will be happy.
I think that's a misconception about resolution that people don't understand. The better the resolution, the better it looks on a bigger panel. And that's what people, don't understand maybe about what 4K actually is. It just means that 720 looks the same on a small screen as 1080 as 4K. But once you go up to that 55, 70 inch, you're going to notice the pixelation of a 1080p. You're going to notice the pixelation of 720p, but not in 4K.
Yeah.
Because it has 4 times the amount of pixels.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all resolution has to do with. Now, when you want a better gaming experience, HDR is what you're looking for.
Yep.
That high dynamic range. Because I actually had to read up on this with the other show that I'm on to explain it to people a little better what actual HDR means. So if the human eye can see 1 million colors, HDR can replicate 75% of the human eye's spectrum. So no matter what size screen that is, all your colors are going to be vibrant, more warm, more inviting, greater.
Yeah.
And with that, you can get your frames per second, which makes it smoother, faster, better, more immersive.
I agree.
Yep. And if you have good anti-aliasing along with HDR, a 1080p game looks freaking amazing on a 4K television.
Cool.
Right.
Absolutely. Anti-aliasing. I think that's all the questions we got, guys. And we're over the 2-hour mark. So we're going to go ahead and end the show right now. I'm going to let all these awesome group of panel gamers and cool people. Did I just say that twice?
Mm-hmm.
I did. Okay.
Maybe.
Anyway,
I
I'm
don't
going to let them all shout out their stuff, and we're going to get out of here.
Maybe.
We're going to go ahead and start with our guest today, Mr. Phantom. What you got going on, bro?
Hey, what's up? What am I doing? I don't even know half the time.
That's my answer. That's what I always do.
Hopefully gaming.
Well, always gaming. Other than that, I guess life happens. But I am hosting a show for Xbox Social now Monday nights.
Awesome.
It's going pretty good.
Good stuff.
So we've just been working on building that up, coming in, showing you guys all support here.
Appreciate
and
it.
Living it up, loving it up, and enjoying my gaming.
Nice. Cool. Moof, what about you, man?
Man, same old, same old. I know I'm overdue for some more videos, just haven't really gotten around to it. A few times I've had some great ideas in my head, and then by the time I sort of get in the mood to go record something, I've kind of forgot what I'm going to do. But I'm playing some games, enjoying what I can. You know, I haven't been able to get online as much as I'd like over the last while. I've just been busy with a few things, but yeah, hoping to catch up and play some more games over the next little bit, and hopefully I'll catch up with a lot of you guys in the chat and play some games as well. Community game night was pretty fun last Saturday night, even though I'm sorry to everybody, Call of Duty didn't work out as well as we planned. The lobbies kind of kept crashing on us in a certain way, like one person would get in, somebody else would get kicked out, that sort of thing. So we ended up going with Forza Horizon 3, and that was fantastic. And I'm not sure what the game's going to be for this week. Maybe SheWulf can fill us in on that. But yeah, hopefully I'll catch you guys soon online on the Xbox or the PlayStation 4. Peace out. Thanks for joining us on episode 53. It's been awesome.
Heck yeah. What you got going on, Mike?
Well, you can always find me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @Cadis511. Feel free to check out my YouTube channel. There's a link on GKB's homepage. Just put up Magic Mike's Minutes episode 2 earlier this week. So I'd love to get some feedback on that. And other than that, you can always find me on Xbox Live. My gamertag is Cadis. Send me a fresh message, add me as a friend, and I'll be happy to game on with you.
Sweet. What about you, Fox?
Oh, you guys know, always playing Gears and stuff. But besides that, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LadyFoxfire. I'm going to be sharing Foxy deals over there. And if you guys do have any other deals you want me to know, I'll share that as well. And yeah, just follow me on YouTube. My last videos were Resident Evil Part 3, which I'm super slow at that game, but give me credit. At least I'm still playing it. And the other video I did was about Gears. I was talking about how, you can play with PC, cross-play and all that. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that, I have that as well. Yeah, going to be doing some more videos. Love hanging out with you guys on here, like always. And thanks to everybody in the chat for joining us. Sorry about, the laggies and stuff, but we made it through. We pushed through.
We pushed through. What about you, SheWulf?
First, I want to say if there's any Xbox gamers that are actually watching this and you guys really enjoy gaming with female gamers, you want to do me a huge, huge, huge favor. And if you're on Xbox, just go ahead and report a gamer tag called Deathclaw9494. He is a complete rude douchebag to all female gamers and should not be allowed to be on Xbox at all. So if any of you guys really enjoy gaming with me, Fox, and all the other female gamers and have respect for us, please report him and hopefully we can get him banned from Xbox.
What was that gamer tag again?
It's Deathclaw9494. I will probably tweet it out just to see if I can get Phil Spencer and all of them to see as well.
Your days are numbered, Deathclaw.
Other than that, of course, you can find me on Xbox, and you can find me on Twitter at xSHEWULFx with U, not an O. I will be announcing the Community Game Time game tomorrow on Xbox Nation, so make sure you guys tune into that. And, of course, we had videos dropping all week long, so make sure you guys tune into the videos here on Gamers Knows Best.
What's up, everybody? I am GKB. You can find me on Gamers Knows Best